Oh, ow, that hurts. Don't do that. Ow, dude, ow. Ow, ow, stop doing that. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're back again. I'm gonna be playing Esoteric Ebb again because all yesterday I was like, dude, I want to play this right now, and so I am going to do that. Because there's actually nothing stopping me from doing that. So that's what I'm gonna do. What's up? I hope everybody's had a good day thus far. I know it's a little later stream from the 5 o'clocks that were probably supposed to be scheduled for today and so far, and thus, etc. How's the week so far? Work has been work, you know, exhausting and boring and a grind and such, and you know, organizing is hard. Don't ever let them tell you. Organizing like a union, a combination, a political party, you know, all in an effort to overthrow like the shit standard system that we have today, you know? It's fucking tough. It's grueling and slow, and everybody is either one, completely burnt out, or two, completely disinterested in the whole affair. And you know in your heart of hearts that they won't be like that for long, you know? Because as the world becomes worse and worse and worse, that the people who are completely apathetic to the entirety of building like a revolutionary or like a labor-based project will eventually come around to these ideas. It's just the problem is by the time that happens, if you don't have like the sufficient organizational capacity to take advantage of it, then it fails, you know? And that's kind of like frustrating and makes me very tired. So tired, in fact, that I'm constipated! Well, hello, everybody. We're back again with the level 5 wizard. Oh shit, you a man. Invert penis hardness, bro. My brain just hit the emergency brake, and my soul logged out. Hello, Feet Patrol. But how's everybody else's days been? I'm hoping everybody else's week has been good. I guess what I'm saying is my week's been okay. Nothing out of the usual, I'll tell you that much. Actually, before we begin, let me go grab some more water because, as it turns out, this is a reading game. Oh, my fucking bones. Oh! Okay. Oh, my fucking bones. For lunch today I had Shake Shack. That was good. It was tasty. I had a chicken sandwich. I had their new pimento burger, and it tasted like cheese with peppers in it. Who would have thought? Certainly not I, because I don't know what a pimento is. Alright, where were we yesterday? That's right! Oh, fucking God. I forgore, man. I forgore in heaven. Did we touch the pillar? We did, yeah. Because this one allowed me to teleport, that's right. So there were two things we needed to do. We needed to go down and we needed to go up. We obviously need to go down. But we can teleport now. And that's something to consider. What was I supposed to do with the ant again? Yo. The ant crawls around on your hand. This is it. You can drop me off right here. Oh, okay. Drop off the ant. Thanks, buddy. The tiny ant jumps off your glove and starts sprinting off. Just like that, huh? The ant stops and turns around. You did well. Didn't expect much, to be honest. But I can feel the hive nearby. We're already stronger. Sure. I or we? We are unsure. An image flashes through your skull. The sun visuals burn in, leaving a mark. Here, it's underneath that thing you found me on. Just check under that crack. You'll get some goodies we hid before they drove us off. A crack in the statue, the exact place where you found this tiny creature. It's our special little gift from us to you, buddy. Hold on, is this stuff you've stolen from us? I'm not sure this is yours to hand out, buddy. Relax, Gobbo. This is a treasure we collected far from you, greenskins. Before you greenskins ventured into the tunnel. Greenskins is a derogatory term for various monstrous humanoids across the coast, mostly referring to orcs, goblins, and trolls, despite the fact that the majority of these creatures do not, in fact, have green skin. Hello, Adorno. Oh. He thought your motto was a tomboy and said smash. Tomboy, huh? That's an interesting one. I saw the color drain from his face when he heard your voice. Tomboy, sorry. It's gonna be going the other way. Hello, you boy. Hello, Cherry. What up, guys? Sweet! The ant rotates a bit on the spot. Yes, this is it. It's been nice to follow you around for a bit, buddy. I've enjoyed it. We have enjoyed it. If you ever have some time off, feel free to visit. Ha! That's not something we have, really, but sure. You see him weave a very tiny hand in your direction. You will be one once again. We will be one once again. He turns and heads off, disappearing among the straws of alien grass and cracked ruins. That's that. A fair bit of work for an ant, but I liked him. A good ant, if anything. A good ant. So he left treasure at the statue? Hang on, let me try this teleporting business. Top part of the pillar if I want to try to enter. Someone went inside this thing? Travel to the city below. I should have looked at the time to see how much time it takes. I think the eyelashes got him. Oh, yeah, at the top there. I got a wicked, Oh, it's this one-way door. Oh, no, I lied. I'm a liar. So I'm not sure if that takes any time. 1337, I'll have to pay attention next time, but I want... There's the Schnell. There's the big-ass Schnell. There it is. That's what I'm... Now that's the speed I'm looking for. 5 swamp extract, 1 dream patch, and 80 crowns. Mr. Snail! Excuse me, Mr. Snail. Hello, Mr. Snail. Look at this guy. He's big. He's a big guy. Also, the fact that I got 2 extra spell slots is kind of fucking crazy. Did I equip... They gave me a 4th spell slot? What is this from? They gave me a 4th item slot. Where did I get that? That's really good. Hang on. Beyond Reads is not what I'm looking for. Old paper, no. Periaptive health would go crazy. I like the Ring of Storing, but we're already at 20 intelligence. We could get the esoteric lockpick, would come in handy. Same thing with Brace of Thievery. Mimic Cloak would also go crazy. Docile Stress Cube is fun. Rune Fakla gives me a wisdom and a permanent light. Insensible would be good, because it recovers a first level spell slot every 3rd hour, because I am also casting a lot of 1 spells. The Tavern Key gives me a Charisma, which is also really good. Give me... not clericals, trinkets. Trinkets... yeah. No, not literature, I don't think. I don't think there's any piece of literature that I'm particularly keen to, because I only have 1 literature slot. Okay. Ring of Protection is always good. I like the Sending Pebble because it gives me a charisma and a wisdom, but Ring of Spells can give me more spells. You know? Oh my god, I'm on +9 on both stats. Ooh, dude. I can almost completely level out like a 10 roll, which is kind of crazy. I never laughed so hard. Thank you for having the medal. You got it, Adorno. Anything for the joke, man. Hello, Justin Insect. Oh, I could trifle the fucking snail. Ooh, he'll let me just simply take all of his things. Looks at you with stalky eyes. Gigantic hail snail. A small icy mollusk spread in esoteric weather events, often wreaks havoc on crops and roofs alike. Lord Reckham has moved here with his family. Several smaller hail snails cluster around the massive patriarch. As you approach, the great snail's eye stalks focus on you. A clicking sound, both faint and loud at once. Recognition. Count the smaller snails. You count them carefully. 5? No. 6 smaller snails. 6? No. 7 smaller snails. His escargotoire. His children. All freed from hibernation. They seem comfortable here. Yeah, the roots have good moisture levels, and it's cold enough for them without being too cold for us. Lady Sageleaf is less than thrilled, but she's allowing it for now. You step closer to the massive snail. The smaller ones part slightly, making room for you. The clicking intensifies. A greeting, perhaps. Have a good one. Aw. Oh, I forgot I can talk with him. The clicking transforms into words as your spell takes hold. Little friend, you freed us. Lord Reckham's voice is slow, deliberate. Like each word costs some great effort. Do you need anything? No, little friend. You have given enough. We are content. How are you feeling? Warmer. The cold sleep fades. Soon we move again. You're welcome, Lord Reckham. Grateful we are. My children, they thank you. The smaller snails click in unison. Will you stay here? For now, yes. This place, it is good. Moisture, darkness, peace. We will stay. That's all I wanted to say. Little guy deserves reward. Giant snail slowly unveils something shiny from his mouth. Treasure of family. You get your hands on a slimy gemstone. We are eternally grateful. Schnell glares at the giant gem. Then he gives you a thumbs up. Thank you, Lord Reckham. Peaceful. He gave me an amethyst. An amethyst. +1 charisma, -1 intelligence. No good. No good. That's no good. Won't that give you diseases? Do not have sex with the snail. A purple gemstone. It's very pretty and probably very expensive. Once this whole election business is over, you could either sell it on the black market or turn it at the tower for a reward. Either wouldn't really net you a fortune, but maybe a fraction of a fortune? Rats. We are the rats, celebrating yet another birthday bash. Michael, it's your... What is this? I didn't see this last time. I didn't see all this last time. You approach the wall. This is it. This is the sealed entrance, the one the cultist wrote about. You know the phrase now, time to test it. Hail Isuth! May fire sweep the coast. The draconic words echo in the chamber. Ave Suth ignis litos verat. For a moment, nothing. Then the wall begins to shimmer and then flash. The stone ripples like water. You would love to have schmecks with a snail. And vanishes, revealing a dark passage beyond. Okay, you convinced me. The cultist seal has been broken. The trove of Isuth awaits. It's a big ass fucking... Holy fuck, it's one of them... It's... Whoa. It's a big ass fucking skull, mate. Would you eat snails in the first place? Would you eat snakes? I'd eat a snake. I'm not sure if I'd eat a snail, though. Oh, damn. Not every day you get to see something like this. Tucked away in the remnants of an overgrown and most likely esoterically shifted apartment, you stand before the skull of a dragon. Not just any dragon. The size of it indicates a formidable age. What the fuck? This is an ancient dragon of the Fade era. You can feel it. A strange sensation. Is this? An esoteric pocket. Yes, this entire ruined apartment exists within one. A rather stable one at that. What kind of esoteric pocket is this? Logically, should be some type of dimension pocket. It appears rather stable. Dimension pocket? A sliver of a pocket dimension cast into the material realm. It will likely move in time, taking a new chunk of something with it, stealing items, trapping victims, and hoarding ancient objects, like this dragon skull. Although it is most likely more than just the skull trapped within these walls, don't linger here too long. We can speak with the dead! The cranial structure is remarkably intact, as is expected of this pocket. Highly dense as well, cross-sectional analysis of the exposed fracture shows minimal trabecular tissue. From what you've read on dragon bones, which is a fascination among certain scholars, these are authentic for one. The statures are completely fused, full skeletal maturity. The size appears to point towards mature age, somewhere between adult and ancient. A red dragon. More importantly, you notice something lodged in the posterior maxilla. Something in the sinus cavity. Reach into the sinus cavity. Careful. Don't stick your hand too deep. Who knows what's lurking in there. Your fingers brush against something cold metal. You pull it out. A key. Covered in moss and rust. Ancient. Esoteric. What'd you find? He cranes his neck to get a better look. Huh. Rusty. Then you hear it. A sound. Scraping. Shuffling. Coming from inside the skull. Incoming! Get ready. Schnell already has his sling out, ready for... A goblin shoots out of the eye hole of the dragon. The fuck? Hey! A goblin. His eyes are covered by a pair of faintly glowing spectacle goggles. Around his head, a helm of sorts. Rusty scraps. What you see of his face reveals deep wrinkles and covered in dust and bone fragments. An old goblin. What are you doing in my place? Schnell takes a step forward. Hey, this is a halfway territory. Identify yourself. The old goblin drops to the ground with a thud, joints cracking. He's wearing what might have once been clothes, now it's mostly rags. His eyes are wild and feral. This goblin has been alone for a very, very long time. I'm Domhnall, and you're in my territory. I got here first. His eyes lock onto your hand. The key. My key! He points a gnarled finger at you. You didn't just steal that, did you? Schnell, you know this guy? We don't all know each other, cleric. Hey guy, you know my buddy Schnell here? No, we don't all know each other. Now give it back. They don't all know each other, clearly. Hello, Brenda. Give it back now, give. Literally not happening. Who are you? I'm Domhnall. This is my apartment. These are my dragon bones. These asshole cultists already came through here once, poking around, and now you? Cultists? Yeah, one of them at least. Came through here, I don't know, a few weeks back. Or those curly robes, culty chanting, bad types. How long you been down here? He scratches his head, dislodging a small cloud of dust. About a year, maybe? Schnell's eyes go wide. A year. Give or take. What does the key open? His eyes narrows. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh, whoa. Dang. I'm keeping a ton of carbon dioxide in my body, apparently. Oh, excuse me. It's the key to the greatest treasure of Iseth's hoard. A myth. So now, we should help him. Help him get out of here. The old goblin hisses. He's hissing. The old man is hissing. I can hear that. I don't need help. I need my key. Look, old-timer, you've been stuck in the esoteric pocket for God knows how long now. Come with us. The Halfway Bridge tribe can... I'm not going anywhere without that key. His spirit has been here for far longer than he believes. We'll send someone down here for him eventually. For now, let's just not lose more time here. I'm keeping the key. You leave me no choice. The old goblin reaches into his rags and pulls out a scroll. Yellowed. Ancient. I've been saving this. He unfurls the scroll with shaking hands. Manus Arcana Dominatus. These are not the correct words, but it appears to activate nonetheless. The key rips from your grasp. Oh, no you don't. You think I can re-grab this? Oh yeah. With intense speed, you snap your arm forward. The key is grasped. Damn it! Fine, have the key, but you'll never take my bones. And then he leaps. Into the eye socket of the skull, scrambling into the darkness beyond. Gone. Schnell watches the old man fly through the air, letting out an impressed whistle. That's one spry motherfucker. He rubs his shoulder where the spell hit him. That was my key. Stare at the skull in silence. The eye socket stares back. Empty. But not really. Let's just leave. Nothing good can come out of staying. Well, I know what I want to do. Animer. Leanin whispers the skull, Animer. A deep rumble all throughout the walls of the apartment. Whoa! I bet the old man felt that. Having a chat with our friend here. Great, very useful, he yells while attempting to keep his footing. A wind courses through the chamber, through every orifice of the dragon skull, and through you. And it stops. He is ready. I get 5 questions. Who are you? Are you the son of Iseth? What are you doing here? Are you an ancient dragon? What's your name? You know anything about the tea shop? What's the meaning of life? I've always wondered what does it feel like to breathe fire? What color are you? I don't mean that in the weird way, just, you know, dragons tend to be pretty different depending on the chromatics. Not saying you're an asshole just because you're not a golden dragon or anything, but I mean, it would probably make things easier. Schnell, you got anything for this guy? How do I get my own pet dragon? Who are you? Another rumble. Ego, some terror, or as vasto some promeginatis. The voice causes you to recoil violently. I am the terror, I raise coasts, I'm the firstborn. 4 more questions. Tell me something I don't know. It calms down, but the wind continues. I'm the master of Zerkamut, the first flame. The vast network of near-surface caves found along the slopes of Vizca, said to have held the lair of Iseth during his reign in Ascon. I am Primadorex. Primorderic Dex. 3 more questions? What does that mean? Tell me a secret. Tell me a secret. My wrath knows no bounds, it continues, ignoring her question. Betrayed my flesh and stone. We could not foresee the cursed nature of this city. Its haunted spirit, a relic of Jor, it trapped me here. O father, near great worm of ash and snow, how was I to rise from your shadow? What strings were mended to seal this fate? What terror faltered in my absence? How was I to take the throne? How was I to lay siege to all bands? Frustra. All in vain. 2 more questions. How old are you? Again, everything in the pocket shakes. Had it not been for this pocket of foul magic, the remnants of Jor did it all. A hole in time and space my eyes, forced to watch for centuries as millennia pass. 1 moment inside equal 10 outside. That is the nature of this pocket. You see now. This pocket that engulfs this apartment, these bones, and whatever tunnels through these walls, it is a time pocket. 1 second inside equals 10 outside. Oh. The goblin has figured it out as well. Ah, shit, is that bad? It's fine, Chanel, we've only been in here for a few minutes. Yeah, but let's not stay. Ask your last question. The skull is quiet. 1 more question. Only one. 1 single question comes to mind. Tell me, dragon, where is the Horde of Asuth? Why upon this scorched earth would I ever tell you such a thing, tiny human? When we brought the wealth into the center of the world, Solium Ignis, to build the greatest empire of any world, beyond and within, there was nothing stopping us from preparing the perfect horde for my father, the perfect throne for his domain of fire. It is the greatest treasure ever accumulated. Oh, gods. But you will never find it, for it was swallowed, it was buried, it was locked. The skull chatters. The apartment shakes as the remains of Primer X let out a maddening laugh. As the sound fades, so does the mimicry of life. Oh, boy. I mean, look, we're not looking for any dragon treasure, we got stuff to do, but I'll admit that does sound juicy. Yeah, I'd love to go on a treasure hunt. If it involves the greatest treasure in all of existence, then either way, it'd be a hassle to have that much money. Now let's get out of the pocket before we waste any more time. It's already been 30 minutes outside. Let's get out of here. That's pretty bad. Oh, I got the key. I got a key. 2 dex, 1 wisdom, or 2 wisdom, 1 dex isn't too bad either. A brass key. You've got no idea what lock it would open, but holding it reveals one simple truth. It's pretty esoteric. You should keep this key on your person at all times. If you do, you have a feeling of vision even, that one day, maybe years from now, you will stumble across that lock, and when you do, everything will change. Or it's just an old rusty key. Who the fuck knows? Alright, let's go up and give our boy the book, and then we can come back down and search the undertow. Take me up. Take me up to Pillar Crossing. I need to go to Water Lane. What was I at? 14 something? $14.51 now? Interesting. I'll have to pay attention next time. Take me to Water Lane. I must talk to Mr. Applebaum. Oh, I guess we're all chilling, huh? I guess we're all just chilling up here. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Gnome. You're the best, girl. I still don't know how to get up here and use these. I have no idea where those are. Hello, Mr. Appledent. He waves a hand in front of him. Life is pain, now what do you want? I found the book by Civitix. That library was very talkative. You fucking did? Fucking glorious. I'm sorry, what do you mean by talkative? There's a living library right below. A living library? Oh! A Tulinkotl invention, I presume. I've heard tales of shuffling trove of knowledge below, but I have not yet spoken with any eyewitnesses. But I gave you the same esoteric bullshit to handle, eh? Lots of bullshit. I thank you then. This was no small thing to ask for even an experienced cleric. Now, can I see it? Look at that. What a piece of shit. There's even a gem on the latch. Such bourgeoisie bullshit, he says while flipping open the magical tome. I prefer my books with less flair and more content. Speaking of which... Just let him look it over. Hagen Shacks? No, it's old enough. Oh, no, it's old enough for that. How curious. The halfling sniffs a few times while flipping through the golden pages. Beyond that added note to the first page, that is more definitely exactly what I'm looking for. The 6th edition of the Book of the Mind. Huzzah. No more huzzahs, please. Hell yeah, as the kids say. Now. Schnurr takes out a quill and paper along with some ink. Then he opens the book for the first page of the dozen or so pages forward. I shall copy the forward in its entirety. Luckily, our dear Lord Scholar Civitix wrote in regular Diminorian. What are you hoping to find? Mainly an answer to his exploration of animus, but who knows if it will even be mentioned. Either way, it shall only take a few minutes. There we go. Chanel jumps from the couch. Those are some long minutes, Appledent. Sorry. I had to take extra care to make sure I did not mess up any of the transcription work. Either way, now it's done. He taps the quill one last time for the final punctuation. Then, an esoteric force explodes from the tome. Your limbs reach out on instinct. It's gonna hit the halfling, but if you follow through, it'll hit you instead. It wants a mind. You grab it from Snur's grasp. The shocked halfling lets go without a fight. The energy emanating from its page is now focusing on you. Neurotic energies. If you resist it, it will only go back into the scholar. If you wish to protect him, let it in. I'll let it in. Your mind is a fortress, and you open the gate. It floods in, every crevice filled by ghostly whispers, and screams. Your vision grows bright. Ah, well. This will have to do. What's going on? Think a little before you speak. What? Who are you? I am Cividix. I see. Greetings, Lord Scholar. Some manners, good. Nonetheless, this is an improvement over being brought back as a tool for that misbred mutant. Tell me, what do you wish to gain from myself here in this near-corporeal form? Or is this halfling whose foolish ambitions you shall fulfill? I wish to know your secrets, Lord Cividix. Ambition of man has not all died, then. You may ask whatever questions you have, only for the esoteric shackles bound around my soul I shall answer. Do you have any lost knowledge about string research? I do not research the esoteric. What I can tell you is only the common knowledge of the Arcanists. Magic is true power, strings are chronological, and the purpose of man is to rule over lesser races. Chronological, huh? Basic knowledge. Who was that mutant you mentioned? A damned Haggenshags, one crawling around the holes of this horrid place. I'd hope for them all to have fallen, alas some have clearly clung to a type of disgusting existence. An Arcanist. A true one, yes, despite this one being what I would consider a damned idiot. Himvrak Haggenshags is a crazed abomination. He will never return to the sane state, no matter how lofty his ambitions. And that idiotic greeting of his, it was burned a hole into my mind. I will never be able to repair it. Hang on, give me a second. If you ever see him, kill him. It would be a mercy upon his ancient soul. Greeting, what greeting? I'm looking forward to meeting him someday. Do not, or you too will lose a part of your sanity. Schnurr wanted to ask about the animus. Yes! That is why most wish to gather the 6th edition. The dozen copies I crafted each contain a different foreword, each a fragment of my knowledge, my decades of research. I could not publish most of it, as it used illegal data gathered during various Arcanist experiments. What did you find? The anima and animus are incomplete ideas. They are but a shade of a greater color, a swatch standing midst a palette of the mind. Through mental tribulations and intense physical exertion, I managed to extract a deeper understanding, a categorization of the mind. There is overlap to general personality research, however. It does not match perfectly, as all creatures seem to exhibit these categories in different forms. 6 categories to be precise. 6. They're not prominent in the thoughts of most. They're not easily pinned down, nor are they practical due to their changing nature. However, there are 6 shades of the psyche which can be practically explored and examined, each on a spectrum of its own. Oh. I distilled them into the following terms. Force, agility, body, intellect, awareness, presence. He's close! He's close. Each creature has various aspects imprinted onto these 6. For example, the masculine is most often found within the force, though some can see it more within the intellect or presence. while the feminine is most often found within the body or awareness. There is much more to be discovered here. I was in the middle of my latest compilation when disaster struck. Once I return, the work shall continue. Do you have any insight about the gods? Gods are but chosen of the outsiders. I once interviewed a god during the war, a fellow with light features, his origin tracing back to Vorgoni farmers. He was taken to Thazen as a guest, successfully signing a peace between his insignificant people and our empire. Not an idiot, despite his poor breeding. It must have been that human blood in that giant's veins. He explained to me the functions of divinity, as he and other walking gods experienced it, a view of strings, features that a chance and fate. This corroborates the common understanding of Jor's strings as chronologically bound, and it appears walking gods carry an ability to peer through near autonomous divination into the phrase themselves, which explains their rise during the Divine Era, while simultaneously making their fall during our era all the more embarrassing. Please elaborate. If you cannot understand my very basic explanation, there's no hope for you. In any case, gods are but a relic of a bygone era. You need not think of them any longer. I suggest leaving whatever divine path you are on the same moment the channeling of those powers stop. Belief has no power in Jor's realm, not in this era of crowds. I'm a rogue. How do I make money? In a world ruled by Free Strider ideals, the primary tools of victory are populism, lobbyism, and diversity. What? Populism, seek the favor of the crowd and pure pathos. If reality gets in your way, rewrite facts through the tools of the era. Lobbyism, use wealth to generate political power, to generate more wealth. This is a difficult game. One must master to win in democracy and liberty. And diversity. Break the spirit of the populace through lack of unity of thought. The gushing wounds of the lower classes cannot coagulate without a solid base. Leave them distrusting of each other, then simply divide and conquer, as any classical emperor. Right, thanks. You see now why they will never be able to sustain themselves. A liberal democracy will always decay in time as long as they do not perform three counteracts. First, kill their cultural liberty, to unite the lower classes. Second, kill their effective capital, to destroy the rise of the oligarchy. And finally, kill their democracy, in times when reality holds no sway over the average citizen. I'm a bard. Tell me about bards. Sorcerers with a sense for rhythm, nothing more. I'm a druid. What do you know about primal forces? They are to be wielded, to be tamed. The druidic calling is a fool's hope. Storms do not obey men without the power of arcanist wranglement. Do not be so swayed by their hippie bullshit. Tell me about psychoanalysis. At first, it was a folly. My sanatorium had many experiments running, some of which involved esoteric hypnosis. However, the data uncovered a clear correlation in patient health when forced to speak about trauma in clinical settings. The art of speechcraft could lessen effects of mental wounds. Could you psychoanalyze me? No. I do not bother handling patients. There is nothing to be gained in performing such degrading acts myself. How can you deduce your theories if you don't even interact with people you write about? Such simple work is beneath me. I do not compile data, I debate and compare. And who does? Doesn't matter, but if you must know, my servant's name was Mundus Gay. Nice. A hard worker, despite his halfling breed. His inane mumblings on dreams and desires was difficult to compile. However, in the end, I managed to refine them into real science. Tell me about yourself. I will keep it short. I am the offspring of Thazen nobility. While our stature fell along with our city, I pivoted my education and superior breeding to craft power during the revolution. It was easy. The rabbling are mindless and crave etiquette. Quite the arcanist, aren't you? I am no arcanist. I am simply the result of nobility having to contend in an age of chaos. Look at you now, a spirit in a book. I gladly remain as an apparition, if it means not having to share earth and ground with mongrels and peasants. How'd you end up like this? The second wave, when the Free Striders grew bold enough to rile their raving mutts into beheading all but the purest of their kin, a purity only proven by the loyalty to their ethereal ideals. Ideals crowned in gold and copper. A phrase from Reed's meaning gold coin and copper press, the two main methods of Free Strider success. Before I could escape that wretched ruin of a city, I was thrown in a dungeon then. Weeks later, they beheaded me in a view of the populace, no trial, no dignity. Even the most based-off monarchies, even the Shadow Lord himself, would not behave so barbaric towards even their greatest rivals. It's a sign of the times, the lack of respect for anything beyond the oh-so-easily swayed crown. Revenge? Nothing you need concern yourself with, you man of small stature. You will know in time. They all will. Is your soul in all copies of the 6th edition? Yes. Fragments of the whole. A necrotic spell, not unlike that of lichdom, was undertaken. If you wish to learn more, you will have to survive this next era. For my return will be in the Magnificent. Need any help with that? No. Then I will gladly end this inane conversation. I suggest not summoning me again until you have more useful questions, or I will destroy whatever vessel is near. But for now, you have at the very least shown to be less of an annoyance than that damned Hagenshags. In return, I shall leave this plane once more without ripping your mind to shreds. A deep and open vacuum is left within your mind as the present slips out. A vision returns to your eyes. You see a rough halfling looking down at you. Next to him, your companion poking at you with his foot. I see movement. Marvelous, simply marvelous, my dear cleric. You appear to have been in contact with the spirit of Cividix himself. I've written down your conversation. What? You've been out for a few minutes talking to yourself. Didn't seem like too much of a danger, though. Mostly just some concerning rhetoric. I'm no expert, but you should be careful. Possessions, from what I know, they can have some long-term effects. There is so much to learn from this absolute piece of shit. Managed to write down the forward. I did. It's in perfect condition. Halfling begins to grasp for paper, more and more paper from his desk. See that thing about the halfling? Yeah, very interesting. He looks around for a pencil. And the rest? Yes, yes. He looks over his notes. Why'd you just accidentally summon the spirit of a dead scholar? Schnur hands over the gem-encrusted tome, its latch firmly resealed. It appears to be some kind of necrotic container. A firelact of sorts, perhaps? A phylactery, rather, would be the word. My bad. Let me get a drink, dude. But in a literal sense, that does not make sense. Rather, my guess is Cividix bound his spirit to all these magical 6th editions, making sure to spread them out across collections of the world. For what purpose? Most likely to bring himself back at some point. How? Who knows? But the book is now yours. Considering the danger involved, I would suggest not opening it again, at least not without a team of backup exorcists. What are you going to do with this information? Good question. First off, I want to find more about this gay fellow. Arcanists are well known for appropriating the work of other, lesser folk, and considering what we heard here today, I wish to delve more properly into all of this. Schnur turns away from the mess of his desk to face you with a confident smile and sweaty brow. This has been a significant step in the right direction. Thank you, cleric. Hey, I got a magic book out of it. A magic book with a ghost. Yes, you did. Just try to be careful with it, or do whatever. I'm not your mother. And we shall talk more about this far more in the future, that I promise. It wasn't the most fun experience you've witnessed either. Until the tea shop is dealt with, please don't open that book again. Thank you, Schnur. Alright. So that quest is finished, I think. Yeah. We should at least try and complete one of these paths. I wonder what these quests are. An Ascalist Wizard. I think this one is apolitical. I don't know what this one is. Oh, I know exactly what that one is. Never mind. Alright, let's head back down into the cum gardens. Down, down we go, into the undertow. Travel to the Undercoast Path. And here we are! Back on dry land. Let's move down under. I should take something for spell slots. Maybe I should do short rest. Restore 1 spell slot. After resting, all skilled blocks are unlocked. That's kind of crazy. Your stomach churns. Good. It's good to know. The Undercoast Path. Oh, Lingonberry is an equipable. +1 wisdom, -3 charisma. Is that nettable? It's not. Handful of lingonberries, they smell the moist underhollow. They are simply too precious to actually eat, though, plus they leave terrible stains. Keep them safe. Now this is a door. A snail door. It allows you to enter. Sure, maybe. The roots are moving ever so slightly. Ancient helmet. Oh, this is a creature. I can't reach that from up here. I still never got Magic Hand. No idea where to even get that spell. At the foot of the snail ruins, you watch a mass of writhing roots moving about, ever so slowly, around a series of corpses. Skeletons, to be precise. Look at the skeleton in the center. What the? That is a lovely helmet. You see it straddled upon the brow of a skeletal face. Must be late Fate era, or early Divine era. However, a corpse would never remain this intact over hundreds of years without esoteric means. Most likely these were adventurers from a later era who simply used the ancient helmet. Oh, I hope you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. It looks like the type of helm that would bring great mindfulness, as well as wisdom of a previous era. Interesting. The roots wriggle and writhe a bit more. I really want that helmet. Then you better take it, quick and easy. Just don't get caught, that'd be bad. I'll do it. DC 16 check. No shot. That's not happening. I will climb, though. You stare up at the wall of ruins. Thick, rubbery vines drape over the ancient spiraling concrete. It's a vertical ascent of roughly 20 feet. The Talon did not do stairs. Whatever steps you have found in their architecture added errors later. The vines are slick in the fungal humidity. It's going to be slippery. It's going to be rough. A fall from this height onto the fungal floor below, flesh turns to jelly. Inspect structural integrity. You pull on a vine, it holds, but it releases a puff of yellow spores. Ugh. The air down here is thick and heavy. Focus. The climb is doable. Cast Druidcraft. You weave the primal strings to bring the vines more closely together. One of the 3 pillars of magic. It is represented in the natural, wild, savage, and elemental forces of Jor. They cannot be controlled, only bargained with. Nice! This should make things easier. Pick a path through the tangled knots. Indeed. You grab the vines, testing the weight. Light as a feather, you avoid the slick spots where the ancient resonance pool, calculating friction, coefficients in real time. Your boot finds a knot, your hand finds a loop. Efficient, clean. You are at the top of the ruin. Thaumaturgy, no thaumaturgy. What do you got for me? Speak with plants. Excellent. That's all I've ever wanted. It has not moved. Plants seldom do down here. Let's go. Well, I kind of know exactly how I'd like to use this spell. Let me go prep it, and then we can go talk to Burr. Because he seems ancient and primordial and scary and strong. Look who it is! What are you doing down here? You just gonna chase me around, you little scamp? I think that door is where we need to go to the next area. Let me grab this funny first. Fresh apple. A garden apple. I guess they're all garden apples. I was like, that sounds like a different apple to all the other apples. Supposing it's not, though. Oh my god, I gotta recover some fucking spell points, dude. Alright, where is it? There it is. Found ya. You approach the shrine. 16 spells. 3 cantrips. Speak with plants is a 3rd level spell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Huh?
Ah. Okay, well. If there happens to be a plant nearby, I'll be sure to keep it in mind. Let's move on. This can't be the bottom, can it? Because, like, I haven't gotten down here yet. I think that's... Oh! You step out on the edge. The vast undersea chasm greets you, its teal mist looking inviting. Look beyond the mist. You can see far, but not far enough. The gravity flip must be only a few hundred feet below. Look at the wall beneath you. On it, you see a colorful depiction of a battle. Snail versus a dragon. Snails versus a dragon. Look at the little bastards down there. The red scales, the many-colored flames. This is Isith, the wild dragon who claimed the land for his own. The archetypal tyrant. Lovely artwork. Must be esoterically scratched in or something, if it survived all this time in this musty place. You see this thing? Cool, huh? I'm not stepping out on that thing, cleric. You scared of heights? I am realistically inclined, yes, to a healthy degree. But I'll trust you, whatever is down there. Step away from the edge. Good to know. Let me take some level 1. There we go. Some incense. Eat some flowers or whatever. A snail door. Okay, whatever's at the center of the world here is probably going to kill my ass. Do you have any idea how frustrating you are? The mask is back on, but she's not hiding her voice anymore. Why does this young woman want to kill you so badly? Time to teach her a lesson. One more time, eh? This piece of shit. Don't let him get away this time. Not this time. Ooh! That's a tie. You see the goblin already moving. Snell spins his sling. The bullet flies dangerously close to the assassin's head, missing only due to the constant movement. The masked assassin lunges forward. Die, die, die! I should have healed. The dagger connects, an agonizing feeling shudders through you. Something different about her this time. This is a desperate attack. Let's just talk. We're not here to fight. I mean, I want to roll a DC 21 on this. That would go crazy. But, you know what I could do? I could cast... You enhance your mental and physical abilities until the spell ends. You gain proficiency in all ability scores. In the ability scores, you already have proficiency and you gain expertise. I wonder if that'll help. I'm a charismatic god. The assassin stiffens for a moment, their graceful movements shuddering to a halt. Talk. Don't waste time. You can get exactly one question in, then you'll probably get the knife in your stomach again. Pain. Right. What are you voting in the election? Why are you attacking me? Why do you think? You're meant to die. Interesting. This is serious. Some sort of squirming shadow has already started forming around the assassin. Why do you keep doing this? Stop. The assassin tries to fake out the goblin as he winds up another shot. Fuck you. He fires off a stone, hitting them squarely in the upper thigh. The masked one, while actively channeling potent dark energies, lets out a high-pitched scream. Jesus, are you a kid or something? We don't want to hurt you. Stop fighting. Fuck you. The shadow's form begin to writhe and spit out tentacles. Break bones, shatter souls. Oh, no. Come on! Alright, let me heal. Let me heal in Barkskin. That old prison. That's where we've entered. We've entered that old prison. Eat more. Eat more. Let me heal. Because I got stabbed to death that last round. Heal me? Hell yeah. That works. That works. Sometimes you heal nothing, and then sometimes you heal everything. Bark skin me. I'm barked up. I'm all barked up. Roll me. That's a 4. That's a 5. Well, just like last time. Except I took 10 damage. Ooh. I'm not gonna make this roll again, but we could try it anyway. Yeah. Figured. Don't worry about it, it's chill. Ow. Oh, the tenebrous coils grab and slap at you, carving deeply into your very spirit. The goblin's struggling with the tentacles as well. The tentacles aren't done trying to rip you apart just yet. They are placed such that you can't make it to the assassin before you deal with them smart. What are you gonna do to deal with them? Stop hitting me with those. The assassin returned to chant. Can't talk right now. Resist the tentacles? -4 DC, you've already felt their sting, but I've got a -2 on that. I would rather try and dodge the tentacles. Just kidding. Bad idea. Would've lost anyway, but... Hello, Nugget. You tend to dodge the tentacles, but there are just too many. They sink through your flesh as though it weren't even there, and you feel them tug at your soul. Things are deteriorating. The assassin's knives glows with dark energy. Heavy smoke spills from its edges, drift as though suctioned into the mask. The smoke clears, and the mask firmly planted on her face, glowing faintly. Shield, curse of Karpamut. Shield, spear, arrows, death. The tongue of a far realm of aberrations and esoterical abominations. The assassin's eyes turn black as the shadowy tentacles begin to rise once again. There's no other recourse, it's time to finish this. The goblin whips another rock at the assassin. A shadowy tentacle slaps it out of the air at blinding speed. Oh god. The assassin lifts her hands like a puppeteer and the tentacles follow. One after another, the tentacles latch on to you, focusing their ire on your helm. 15 damage? Am I... Is it over again? It's over again. Okay, this is dumb. What the fuck? You get one question. I don't think bark skin's gonna help me here. I'm just gonna keep dying anyway, so. You have any idea how frustrated you are? I got a 9. Nat 20. Well, yeah. Kick the assassin's leg. Don't fight, just try to understand. Grease him? I don't think greasing's gonna work. Grease him. Should we grease him? Damn, I got stabbed again. What exactly is your plan here? Killing you, fucker. That's obvious. Hasn't worked out thus far, has it? The assassin flourishes. You're not getting away this time. You're not getting away. I mean, I can handle this wisdom roll. Grease him? Grease him. You rub your fingers together, feeling them become slick and smooth, then extend your hand. A bright smear of grease appears and splatters against the assassin and their surroundings. This is serious. That didn't help at all. We love the grease. Anyway, so I get hit 3 times in a row. Oh, I can dodge the tentacles. Hello, Kale. The tentacles try to attack you again, mindlessly, identically. The predictable movements allow you to dip behind each and every strike. They don't touch you. Things are deteriorating. Hang on, give me a second. For some reason, people keep thinking today is the party. Did I put that on the thing? Why did people think it was today? No, it literally says tomorrow. The assassin's knife glows with dark energy. Heavy smoke spills from its edge and drifts as though suctioned into the mask. The smoke clears, the mask firmly planted on her face, glowing faintly. Shield! Oh, yeah. More spells, more worms. Get hit again. Die. And then attempt to save a fucking throw for once in my life? Thank God. Your helm. Queasy death throbs in your blood. The goblin whips another rock at the assassin. Yep. We'll finish this. Strike true. Needing to save scum is a horde game designed when the game is story-driven. It's kind of written into the game. It's pretty funny. I'm sure they have a permadeath mode, but... You stomp through demonic tendrils, charging like an enraged gold bear up to the hapless assassin. A feathered yet land-bound monstrosity native to Ascani, lives upon the coast and is famous for its many attacks upon travelers of Norvikian roads. Your gauntlet meeting her face. The assassin wobbles and bends. One final jab. You punch again, and that's that. Her dagger flies across the chamber, and the assassin collapses, unmasked and unconscious. There is a lull as the chaos of the fight abruptly cuts off. She's just a kid. It's a pity to see someone choose to be dangerous when they're so young. The assassin's eyes, now fully maskless, open. You step for it. Fucking bullshit. Depression, acceptance. Stare at her. What are you looking at? Go fuck yourself. Let's just take her to the dungeon. She's earned it. Alright, to the Tolstad dungeons we go. As you do, her hood falls back, and you see the face more clearly. Huh. Lady Freydis Darrow. Oh, shit. Oh, shit! Wait, what the hell's that's... Wait, are you? If you tell my dad about this, I'm gonna actually kill you. The girl scowls. The daughter of your boss. Oh, no. So that's what teenage girls do these days when they want to act out. They sign eldritch contracts and stab clerics. Huh, well, certainly is an embarrassing situation. Darrow clearly has some family issues to deal with. How terrible. You feel for anyone forced to be born in such a high-class family. I've seen you in the newspaper. You're kind of famous. I am aware, yes. Now, will you let me go? What makes you think that is even remotely a possibility? Because I'm so nice? She gives you a sad smile. That's good acting. You can barely even see through it. She's good. That's scary, by the way. Nope, you don't get to be snarky after what you've done. No? Go shove that stupid slingshot up your ass, goblin. It's not a... He shakes the leather strap. It's a sling. It's a weapon, not a damn slingshot. He's very correct. Even a child with a sling can bring down a giant. Let's put it like this. I'm gonna walk out of here, and you're not gonna mention a single word about this to my dad. In return, I'll stop trying to kill you, okay? Where'd you get all this cool gear? What do you think? Did your dad buy it all? No. So you've been stalking me this whole time, huh? Not exactly difficult to find. That's true. Yeah. Do you realize how loud you are when you stomping around in those boots? Hey, he can be as loud as he wants, you hear? Tell me about this magic you're casting. No? Now let me go. Sure, I was just wondering one thing. Why? What game is this? Do I talk a lot? Like, in your opinion, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Sure, I'm just wondering one thing. Why? Why what? Why the fuck are you trying to kill me? Why are you trying to kill me? Well, the girl glances at the mask on the ground beside her. Chanel kicks it away. No, answer him. Fuck it, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I signed up for this stupid fucking deal, okay? What deal? I needed easy spell slots. He wanted an extra pair of eyes. Win-win. But then he started asking for these night outings and then the reconnaissance missions. Then he tells me to push some dumbass cleric into the river. I don't like killing people, but sure, totally worth it. Oh. But then you come back, you asshole. Whatever I do, you just keep fucking... As she speaks, the mask next to Chanel begins to glow. Get down. Oh, there goes. There go the demons. Damn it, I knew that would happen. Esoteric bullshit. Just look at her. You happy now? I just broke my damn contract because of you. She lets out a loud groan. I'm a warlock. Or was. I had a whole thing worked out with Mr. Toilet Worm. Her patron? Ah, whatever, I don't care anymore. This deal was ass, and I didn't want to do it anymore anyway. So there, I'm actually perfectly fine with my awesome mask being turned to dust. It's fine, really. She does not sound very fine with it. She gets up and drops her cloak. I'm gonna leave now. Like I'm actually going to. Should I just let her go? She has lost her patron. This does not mean she loses her powers entirely, even if they were channeled through that mask. Since she clearly has no reason to continue in her misguided attempt at killing you, you might as well let her go. Less trouble that way. Darrow will be pissed either way, but he'll be less pissed if you don't make a big scene out of it. Let her go. A young girl gets caught up in trouble, best you can do is cut her some slack. She will surely learn from her mistakes. Alright. The bratty teenager starts walking towards the exit, and seriously, do not tell Dad. Huh. The goblin lets out a series of stilted laughs. Fucking hell, it's a teenage girl and your boss's daughter? That's actually funny, you gotta admit. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ah, well, let's go see if Mr. Toilet Worm is hiding in any of those tunnels. In the grand hall around you, the one so filled with the sound of clashing blades now grows eerily quiet. You see two bats, each leading into darkness. Time to see what's down here. We don't have to heal just yet. Ooh, a knife. Ooh, a knife. Well, don't mind if I do. An actual sword this time. Advantage against lawful creatures, 3 dex, 1 constitution. The Unluck Blade. 1 intelligence, 1 wisdom, or 3 dex. That's not bad. 1 intelligence and 1 wisdom. One of those ancient daggers that once had the capability to cast Wish. All the charges are spent, but the esoteric energies inside are still rumbling, causing a tiny esoteric pocket to rage all around it. While holding the dagger, you perform the exact opposite action of the one you intend to perform. You say yes when you mean no. Attempting to stab the blade in the air causes you to instead shove it into your own stomach, so let's just keep it holstered for now. The Unluck. Negative 6-point constitution. No thanks, I'll keep the halberd for now. Unless you give me a weapon that's like, here's like 60 wisdom points. Any funny secrets down here? This seems like a place where there would be lots and lots of secrets. Airwath, the first guest. Oh. The very same? I think the tunnel snakes went down this way. Oh my fucking god, this isn't even on the fucking map. That's the bottom too, so... Should we follow the Eldritch? Let's go follow the tunnel snake. There's gonna be traps in this fucking hallway, isn't there? Well, that's the Pillar of Jor, I think. Oh, things! I want this one. Your home. Yeah, this is the one I want so I can heal. Damn it. Oh, ooh, well thank you. Don't mind if I do. I'll take that. Oh, this is home. It's to Earth! The various dragon thrones of Old Dimenor. Your homeland. Jor's Point. Ascan. Divinitorum. Vizca. Earthport. Reeds. Today, this is a cursed land. And Ilum Forest. Toll's Pass. The fortress was still there 1,000 years ago, eh? Interesting. This is a fucked up map. The coast. There I am. I'm there on the coast. You step out onto the little lines. When I play modded Fallout 4 in Far Harbor. Hello, Seal. Will you keep playing your game thing if no one was here? I was doing it a year ago, and I'm still doing it now. Actually, so you make a lot of quick saves and saves in case my game gives up and crashes. Same. Why am I smelly? I don't bathe. It's faintly lit. The chamber collapsed, rubble strewn across its surface. What you see is a slice, 1/8 of the greater whole. It's a map of Ascani, yeah. Damn. However, it is old. Mountains and rivers alone do not align with any modern-day interpretation. Despite that, the shape of the coastline, of course, the ever-standing fortress of Verdun show it clearly. This is Ascani, during the era of snailfolk. You seeing this shit? I sure am. It's a map, right? I think so. Must be thousands of years old. Look at the little snail people on it. Look at the dot on the coast. You're home! Thousands of years in the past. This was the first founding by these snails. The little images of these beasts of Jor show them stretched far inland, having colonies along the river. Not too unlike your own people's efforts, the River Torna. They appear to have had colonies even as far as Toll's Pass, even further than Earthport. The northernmost town, or Jarldom, under Norvikian influence and the last civilized stop along the river, famous for its furs, expeditions, and of course, the Muletown incident. In 25 PE, 2 years ago, a reported fight with a local arcanist occurred in the northernmost Norvikian settlement of Earthport. Ever since, the city has been overrun with mules, which the locals are unable to get rid of. Thus, the settlement is commonly known as Muletown. Oh, fuck, that's funny. We should play a game there. Went through a lot of YouTubers, hello Adorno, streaming. They're not that big, and they would either ignore me or tell me they don't give a fuck about me when all I do is motivate or tell them funny stories, so thank you for noticing my stories and not being negative. Yeah. Gotta go now? Later, Nugget. Though, curiously, this map does not align with your column of knowledge. No, it doesn't. What? The endless waste should not allow anything to be built this far inland. If this map depicts everything until the wastes begin, then there was less wastes during the Fade era. This is commonly assumed when looking at other early mapping attempts. Good to see it confirmed. Look at Reeds. I think this is Reeds. Across the border on the mostly covered in rubble band to your left, you see very different visual than is commonly depicted today. For today, most of Western Reeds is ruined and cursed. Where the cursed lands lay today, here you see a fertile crescent. Is that a frog? Oh, is there a frog on the map? Maybe I'm standing on him. Oh, there it is. There's Reeds. Here's your frog. Yeah, you've heard that. Aenorans once occupied large swaths of Old Dimenor before the strife of the Divine Era. While on the coast, you see several locations that do not align with any modern locations. The Draconic Civil War surely reshaped most of this as your former overlords fell. The one dot that does align is a tiny one placed at the center of the bay, the Reedsian location for the Pillar of Jor. It has stood there since the Gate War. So it makes sense the snails would want to point it out clearly. They did worship Jor in the end. That is true. And it also seems the rest of the geography is in this depiction of Old Dimenor does not align with any modern visuals either. Yeah, the Arcanists geo-shaped most of it to create more fertile farmland defensive positions. Look at Divinitorum. Most of it's covered in fallen rocks. Is that one over here? The one thing you see is like some feathers. Like Drummer? Not really. Drummer's more of a Yemenian bird, from what you remember. Divinitorum was filled with birds all throughout the Fade era, from what you remember. It's like their thing. Luxury and birds, then the Celestials settled more seriously over the course of the next couple of 100 years. And what's settled, well, that's the colonialism-imperialism version of it. They're still here today, so they surely did something right. Look at the lion, in modern-day Vizca. You see lots of smaller symbols representing the lion folk of Ascani across the inner part of the map. There is some evidence pointing toward Ascani being a temperate band during the early Fade era. The visuals here, along with the inland lions, would suggest something similar. Tribal catfolk ruled large parts of Ascani until the early Divine era. Their claw marks are evident all over your precious city. Look at the dragons. 3 of them can be seen, a red, a green, and a black one. Look at the red dragon. Isith, the red dragon of Ascan. The source of the coast, largest of all known dragons throughout Jor's history. Good night, Adorno. Look at the green dragon. Luckily, he was slain long ago. Tizzle Danor, the great green dragon. She was the mother of most, as they say, she who birthed the coastal broods. While a tyrant, like all her kin, she is known for her lighter touch and bond with man. When Dug Doolin Dim slayed her, it ushered in freedom for all of mankind. Her visage upon the map indicates her domain, what is today the Ilum Forest. The black dragon. Umbrabixus, the all-wise black dragon guardian of the bay. He was known as the most magically adept dragon on the coast. His esoteric cache and silver slove has still not been found and is to this day a popular target for adventurers and reeds. Which dragons are missing? Felgentor, the Blue Thunder, and the Mad Drake Alganoth, of course. Those are the big 5 who fought during the Draconic Civil Wars, the ones all humans are taught to despise. I don't think about dragons. Good. They are but relics of a bygone era. I'm done looking at dragons. You avert your gaze. Look at Jor's Ocean. A cool depiction of a perch and a nice whirlwind pool at the top, just the same as they do today. Good thing the snails were as confounded by the whole mystery as we are today. You know, you could get yourself a real rich by figuring out the whole thing one day. The mystery? Yeah, the mystery behind Jor's Point. It was like the place where that big whale first entered through the first of Jor's gates or whatever, but no one who ever tries to sail directly seawards ever returns. Real spooky. But there have been reports of massive treasures being found on the islands located deep inside the stormy part of the ocean. So if you ever want to become an explorer, pirate, sailor, that's where to aim for the biggest payout. I want to become a pirate. Just think about it, okay? The world is your oyster. Crack it open at your leisure. That's cool. That's a cool little side piece. Oh, what the fuck is this? They got the snails, mate. It's the snails. We are not walking up to the green ooze yet. I think this is the way that goes to the other entrance. Yeah, cool. Excellent, sweet. Let's keep it strolling. Keep our eye out for one of these. Mind if I do? A snail door that seems eerie. You approach an iron door. This one bears a symbol of chains with a comically crude little devil drawing underneath. It is simply how these folk wrote languages with image. I don't like this one, it's wrong. There's a devil inside, an ancient evil. Nice, time to awaken it. Hello? Gnotam? You don't understand the words. That's not common. Nochniel necto. Infernal. Can you speak Diminorian? You hear a grunt. Yeah, it's annoying. It's clear, even though the language barrier. The voice fades. He's giving up. You do not have comprehend languages prepared, but you could find spells easily upstairs, perhaps with a foreign merchant. Yeah, we should go get that. We should go get that. There's plenty of foreign languages that I haven't absorbed yet. I would like to sleep again, but that's not gonna happen. Where's the nearest fucking pillar? God, it's all the way outside. Jesus. Jaw strings are chaotic. Don't let them suck you off. Esoteric balls, that's what I'm talking about, definitely. That's what I was saying. Go to Tolstad. Still midday. Impressive. No, I don't think time moves. I mean, I guess time doesn't move when I'm walking around anyway, so... Excuse me! You mind if I behold you? Sweet. Oh, perfect. Stormblood, entrepreneur, true neutral. All over the coast. Her goal, the journey itself, and of course to herald the power of the capital. She's damn good at it. Kargamesh is on the other side of the world. It's an opposite to Ascani, a mirror. In their dry, we have wet. In their warm, we have cold. She'll gladly tell you about it, and on the surface level, she's not here to make friends. Not really. Or at least, not yet. She's not too happy about the current climate. Travel through Diviny Torm and Yim, not feasible at the moment. Trade, stiff and regulated. Airships, few and far between. This decade has been slow descent into a world of monopolies and corruption, if you ask her. She might end up staying in the city of yours for longer than she imagined. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to browse your wares. I'd like to take one of the comprehend language scrolls, please. Thank yous. I guess I do have 1,000 crowns, huh? Thank you. Comprehend languages. Let's head back down and pray. We still need to go into the pillar, which I'd like to do after we scout out some of the... Probably get to one of the lower sections again. No, I'm still looking for thaumaturge pushes so I can not spend everything on healing. Prep my spells. I like to prep my spells, mate. They're really just gonna let me have every single spell, huh? This is what it's like being this smart. Can I talk to Burr yet? Can't be holding me, I'll tell you that much. Ooh. I can't. The twitching and rattling coming out of his mouth gradually morphs into something else, more tangible. A word. The Mushroom Man will share with you something profound, something to unite your two cultures into one whole unified peoples. A message of peace. Sup? The spell worked. I saw, spell. You're good at triangular manipulation. The words are slightly garbled, though the magic, you must get better at this. I am Kokoloro no Momo no Rosso. Can you repeat that? You are unsure if this is a spell or simply a fungal thing. He shakes his head. You may call me Burr. This is what meat walkers like yourself say. Although it would be a little different from me calling you Choo-Choo, for that is what your speech sounds like to me. It is convenient. We do not parley with you often, so a name based on that sound will do. I think I got the spell working. Perhaps. Sorry, I ran. I want to thank you for saving me from the curse of Gorgalash. I owe you my life. No problem. I will gladly assist you in any way. Tell me about Gorgalash. The Aska King. A horrid word, a curse word. He's a bane upon the shadowy depths, the murky fungal valley that is my home. A beast with no care for balance or primal love. So he's a bad guy. He's the worst. For decades he has roamed the great tunnels in its splits, taking what he wants. As all trolls do. Yeah, trolls do sure seem awful. Yeah. And thank you very much for dealing with him. I owe you, my kind owes you, the fungi owes you. He bows his cap deeply. Your name will be written on the walls of the valley itself. Ran, Wizard King. Wizard King. Okay. The folk of the valley will remember such bravery. Your spores saved me in the fight against the troll. Thank you. You did the deed yourself. A little help was needed, even for the greatest of heroes. A little. What exactly are those spores, the ones you gave me? It is from the life gland. Sounds great. It is. The spores that allow my kind to exist. It also grants revitalizing esoteric effects to other kin. They can only be spent once, however. You know Neeson? Yeah, I know her well. We worked together at a time, down on the Undercoast. She's a lovely woman and a great druid. I owe her a lot. Who are you voting for in the election? Election? Yeah. I've heard of it. Seems like a way to abstract the common census of a coarse crevice. So that larger collection of people can feel involved in the direction of a tribe of such size that personal relations between the leader and the followers cannot be had? Organizational efficiency and systems that grow too complex. Mushroom Man tips his cats. Want to know who I'm voting for? The Askalists. I'm not sure the implications of this. Fair. Now invite him to vote. Would be cool to have some more fresh folk like him in the city. A diverse workforce would be healthy for the city. They'd make some pretty good servants, I bet. That's not... No, not servants. Equals. Sure, equals. You should also vote. Everyone should vote. I should vote. You invite outsiders to vote in the election of your own sovereignty? Yes. Halfway's had trouble getting enough voting cards, but you invite the first mushroom guy you see to vote? Love to see it. Burr nods a bit and looks into the path leading up towards the city below. It's been a long time since I visited above. Since the threat has been dealt with then, yes. I will see this election. It will be an interesting excursion. Thank you for the invitation. Yay! Yay! Exciting. Well, good thing I did that, because I definitely needed the fucking heal. Who you voting for in the election? Hey, who you voting for in the election? Hey, you there, who you voting for in the election? Give me incense. Give me a dream patch. That's a 3rd level spell? 2nd level spell. There we go. I wonder if I can get up to 4th level magics. 3rd level magics aren't too bad, but 4th level is kind of what I'm looking for. All right, let's peruse this little labyrinth in here, and let's talk to the infernal spirit on the other side of this door. You cast the spell. Words shift, meaning clarifies. Then, comprehensible words emerge from the chatter of a foreign tongue. Let the spell activate. Waiting so long, can you understand me now? Perfect clarity. Yeah. Couldn't get Divinity 2 working? Nah, I just didn't. I just felt like playing this game. I'm not gonna lie. Good, good. Now listen. I am a prisoner here, not by the Tulin Cottle, but by a mad wizard who roams this cursed place. He, by some feat of my own idiocy, managed to trick me into this cursed cell. By now, my soul has all but burned into the void inside, so please rip the seal and kill me. I would owe you quite a great deal if you did. Who are you? I am... Oh, it pauses. A soldier. He's hiding something. I'm exhausted. Oh, I do have one exhaustion point. Just go for leverage. Leverage? Yeah, but smooth. Make sure you are who you are before I let you out. Who you are before you let you out. If you're someone interesting, I might be more likely to rip the seal. Huh. The voice is silent for a while until it eventually lets out a groan. Fine, I can see your intrigue. I will tell you, but it is not interesting as you can imagine. Oh? I am Lesionis, a pike holder. It is akin to a sergeant. In your terms, I was in Gorgorian's initial invasion. The initial invasion? Of Jor. Yes. I fought throughout each of the invasions, or as you call it, the Gate War, and I never fell. Through hundreds of years of constant battle, I lived through this fall. His generals all have been ruined or destroyed over the millennia. If you believe the Blood City Council, however, I lived. I lived through it all. And now I'm here, stuck in this foul, damned, quite annoying iron gate, entirely due to my own fault. That mad wizard and the trove? Indeed. Since the Coast War ended, that messy brawl, and I have been following rumors of various artifacts stolen by our human arcanists. Those artifacts were hidden, scattered sometimes, handed down to these free striders, sometimes buried in hidden troves. One such trove is rumored to be found in the ruins of Tulin Cottle, where your city of Norvik now stands, so I snuck in from the earth to find my contact, this Hagen Shags. A mistake, of course, but my hubris caused me to underestimate the little man. That, along with some unluck on my part, caused me to get stuck here. For now, I would be happy to lose my physical body and be reborn in Blood Bay City. Please, rip the seal. If we ever meet again, I promise I am in your debt, human. I don't see why not. He doesn't seem to be worse than your average top rank on the city or part of the coast. You sure are talking a lot. I've been here for a long time, Shader. Indulge me. Mad wizard? A man of House Hagenshags. He went mad years ago, taken by the Beyond, surely by now. I came to these ruins via the Undercoast Sea, all to avoid you humans above, yet the trove he promised me was but a ruse. No offense, but I'm not one to ever put my hope in humans again. None taken, I hate humans. A self-loathing human. Ah, how the times have changed. What do you want? Freedom. Break the seal, let my spirit fly. I'll return to Gorgorian's corpse as I should have done years ago. Honest, at least. And then what? Then I return to some smaller form, hopefully not an imp, but we'll see. I'll decide what to do. Will you kill me, human? Yeah. Thank you. The gratitude is actually genuine. What a lovely guy. Break the seal, set me free. You grab the papers, it tears easily, too easily. The seal shatters. Not flame, not smoke, it's spirit. A devil's essence. It rushes past you, toward Blood City Bay, toward Gregorian's corpse. Into your mind, don't let it in. Oh! The spirit passes, but it doesn't take hold. Your will is too strong. Wonderful. Thank you, human. Then you hear a faint cackling laughter. A whisper fading. Fading into nothing. Let it fade. The door now stands cold and empty. The devil is gone, flying across the coast, to Blood City Bay, to regenerate. A 7th level transmutation spell, one of the few higher tier magics still commonly in use by clerics and druids across the coast. It heals and causes lost limbs to essentially regrow or reattach. Various versions of the spell can be required, depending on the affliction. Right. I didn't just doom someone, did I? Chanel steps up and taps you on the back. I wouldn't worry about it. Now can we go? I wouldn't worry about it. Spend 1 hit die on 1 hour short rest? Yeah. I'll take a rest. +5 isn't too bad. Lowered exhaustion by 1. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. However, we are approaching the end of the day, which is bad. I got all my ability checks. Huh? Oh, you're leaving? Alright, I don't need thaumaturgy. Well, I'll... Dusk of day 4. Ooh. Oh, they hate me. Another snail door. You approach the iron door. On it, paper carrying a symbol. It looks like a flame. Is it just me, or is that door a bit hot? The air almost shimmers. Your goblin companion takes a step away from it. A faint sound like a whisper in the tunnel. Portal? Huh? I wish for you to know my peril. I'm Galbatar, the one of the pearled flame. I've been trapped here for many era. As the top Ifriti of the Crimson Court, I would go to heavens and hells to serve you, if you only destroy the seal which holds me here. What happens if I break this? Freedom! Power! I will grant you wishes. Lies. It will kill you. You'll be free? Yes! Break the seal. The voice is desperate. Too desperate. Something's wrong. Maybe I'll look into this later. I can get him. How much gold do I have? 1,000? I can spend 1,000 on the Ifriti bottle and then capture him. That seems chill. Let's do that. I wouldn't mind having this guy in my back pocket. That seems fun. This seems like a fun little side quest. Cleric. Cleric, let me out. Cleric, let me out. I'm all powerful. I'm all powerful, and you may use me to your heart's content. Please tell me the doctor is still up there. Please tell me the doctor's still up here in the midst of the dusk and the dawn. Amidst the dusk and the dawn. Yes, good. I need to buy your goods, traitor. Good thing time does not pass in this trifling era. I will be taking the empty Ifriti bottle, please. Smart choice. May not have a spirit in it, but it will soon. Trust me, it will soon. Fret not. Don't worry. Don't worry, a spirit will be lurking in it soon enough. Okay, hello. I guess our boy left. Mind if I trifle you? Speak with plants? Thank you. I already had speak with plants, but I'll take it again. I've already perfected her talk. I didn't mean to talk to Schnell. I didn't mean to talk to Schnell and do this. Why, hello there, cleric. As if she tips her caps in the jet. I've received word of your precarious delving. Hello again, elf. You watch your face contort into that too wide, slightly unnerving smile. She's happy to see you. The roots whisper of the man in iron, how he broke the winter's plague, the dreaded Gorgalash. Of course, most of this was spread by Kokolorona Monanonoros, after you saved him from the esoteric freeze. The mushroom man's name quite literally rolls off her tongue. Highly impressive use of the fungal's primitive pronunciation. It was nothing. She leans on her staff and tilts her cap to one side. So what will you do now, cleric? I think I need to do something really esoteric. Oh? I'll have to enter them into the... Oh! Her eyes light up. You speak of, she mutters and glues her gaze to the pillar rising into the midst. I know of primal spirits who journey through the gates, even those thought long ago closed, shut, locked. You know how to travel the other side? No, that is not something for the likes of my powers. Open to Johnny, my teacher, Hierophant Ophidana. She is one of the few creatures upon the Undercoast who knows the secrets of the leftover gates, but the pillar is no such nook, nor is it forgotten. It is simply very, very shut. What about the other creatures? The elf murmurs. I only know two who may help you, two whose influence I've heard whispers of. Kalpea mies pimesa, Dornisang, Siten, Tavotianin, Shivinsky. The Pale Man and the Sphinx, of course. Viskin. Yes, Viskin. I do not hold contempt for him despite his nature. Barjamali can be found in the Everstasis in many forms, left as tutors, guardians, or watchers by Elvens of the Stars. Viskin is similar, it seems, for now. He holds much knowledge about the pillar in particular. If you dare, you should speak with him. Savinsky? Yes, yes. Olzus, the Sphinx of the titular drunk Sphinx. Not a usual customer, however, if you have not gained her ire yet, then she could be one to help you inside the pillar, potentially. Is there anybody else? Yes. Her smile fades into a frown as she looks through the mist to the west. Since you survived a trip into the room of pipes, I'm assuming you've already met the Master of Whispers, the one who hears the pipes. No. Oh. That's a big monster who lives in the old prison. Here I go, making assumptions. There's a monster in the old prison that I can get help from? She nods her cap. I do not recommend it. Beyond the powers of Savinsky and Viskin, a deal with the aberration would surely allow you to enter the pillar, but the price would be steep. Yes, listen to the aberration, friend. It would know well. I'll consider it. Do that at your own peril. Her smile returns. You will make a good choice, I believe. And I wish you luck on your esoteric journey. The primal magic proved useful. Good. I am still surprised by your affinity for the primal cleric. You could make a good druid if you stripped a bit. Nude? Yes. Yes, cleric. I don't know of any druid of any circle who carries a man-made iron upon their flesh. Not today. Not since the Great Split some 200 years ago. I think I'll keep my armor, thank you. You do you, cleric. Not so lecherous anymore. I say we all need kinds of people to keep balance, including you, no matter what you wear or what your title is. The elf leans in, grabbing your shoulder for a moment. The spirits are watching you, Ram, along the strings, wisps, little ignorant flames. Some of them are primal, some not. She turns to look out into the mists. They root for you. For Schnell, too. Well, thanks. He's standing very far away, isn't he? Well, I should get going. Same here, cleric. I have to stop by on our friend. A wonderful dialect. Say hi to Kokolorono Momonoros for me. Schnell turns to you with wide eyes. He gives you a little golf clap. A popular Vorguni sport you've never played. I will, cleric, I promise. You watch her waddle off in a very unique walking style. Damn, I thought she was going to be there for a while. I did need to talk to her. Shit. I didn't want to talk to her too much, because I was like, I gotta go, but traps might be my least favorite thing about this gig. All the mushrooms, that's probably second in line. We gotta go into the pillar, brother. We gotta go into the pillar. I'll try to puzzle it out myself before we go get help from either the Sphinx or Viskin. I'd like to do the Sphinx first, but... Is this like an activatable? Why is this thing all lit up? None of my business, to be honest. We gotta keep our eye on the watch. And then we gotta get this guy in the... let's get this guy in the bottle. Quick, let's get this motherfucker in the bottle. Hey, I just spent 500 gold to get your ass in this bottle. Get ready to roll. At least you'll get to see the world instead of being trapped behind this thing. What do you want? Silence. Then, you will free me. Heat washes over you. Maybe. Maybe. It does not understand negotiation. The Afridi composes itself. You must listen. I have power to grant you more than anything else in the mystical nature. Oh, I forgot to look at my items. How intriguing. Then you have a good eye and a good ear. I forgot to look at the Afridi bottle itself. Advantage against elementals, so I have to equip it. 1 intelligence, 1 wisdom isn't too bad. A genie once made this lamp its home. That's clear by the remnant magical tingle you feel when you touch it. Also the smell. I will get rid of the Ring of Spell Storing for this guy for now, and then I will switch him out when I need. Rip the seal. Use the empty Afridi bottle on the door. You pull out the colorful bottle. Huh? An Afridi bottle. Ancient containment, currently empty. The voice panics. You hold the bottle's mouth towards the door. Push it forward. Bind. No, what are you doing? The seal shatters. But instead of freedom, no, curse you, no! The Afridi is pulled esoterically from a sealed vessel to a sealed vessel, ending up in the bottle. The bottle grows hot in your hands. Then, quiet. The doors are cold, empty. Right, so... Well, that's what that thing was. Brutal. You can feel it's something seething inside. 1,000 years of fury. The seal is gone, the door is closed. Shake the bottle. Don't. Muffled screaming from inside, how horrifying. You want it, Chanel? You want it, Chanel? I'm okay. You hang on to that. I want it on record that I am not involved with this kidnapping scheme. Muffled yelling from inside. So I got the genie in a bottle, what now? I'm quite mad at you, but yes, you've got me, the bottle says in a teeny tiny voice. Alas, I will be stuck here for another decade, which is numerically better than another millennia in a snail prison. That sounds arbitrary. I want to release you straight away. Yes, you would have done that if you simply broke the seal, but again, alas. I'm going to sit here for 10 years. Then the next person to rub it is going to get me as a great advisor and servant for a bit. Then I'm heading straight back to Uklu. Ukul. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to take a nap. Wake me up if you still owe me the next decade. The voice goes silent. Cool. He wasn't as bad as I assumed, considering the flame. Look at us. Oh, that gives me a constitution now. That's funny. The previously smelly but empty bottle now houses the Afridi you found in the old prison. The powerful elemental spirit heats up the bottle. It's comfortable to hold. In 10 years, the bottle will be openable. You probably have a deep urge to hide in a nice trap-guarded trove before then. Cool. Worth it. So this is gonna be. I'm gonna walk up and the giant fish is gonna like be all like, "Hey, want to make a deal?" Keep an eye on the secret button. Iron snail-like door. You approach the round door. Upon the surface, a single piece of paper clings to the metal. This one, a crude drawing showing 3 creatures. A lion, a goat, a snake. It'd be nice to have a language that just shows pictures of what you're talking about. The symbols carry deep meaning. A seal, a prison, a warning. I like the goat. You also notice a crack in the door. It's small, found in between several large pieces of shells. You like the goat, Schnell? Yeah, it's a nice drawing, and I have no personal issues with goats, lions, and snakes, though. Dangerous. Don't like that. I see. I know, very deep and meaningful. Look through the cracks, rip down the seal, speak with animals. The sound of the primal spell rings down the tunnel. Then, a sound. Low rumbling. Not one voice, 3. Who speaks beyond? The voices overlap, discordant. Animal sounds mixed with something almost human. Ah, it's not good. Who are you? Silence again. Then the voice returns, speaking over each other in a chaotic chorus. We are... No. I am. We are... They're arguing with themselves. Well, how fascinating. A chimera. Reflections of your esoteric insight. A kind. A beast of fusion. Lion, goat, and serpent bound as one. Someone speaks, someone hears. I can hear you. Yes, at last, the lion's voice booms. If there is a voice, then there is an exit, the snake voice hisses. If the exit exists, then we can escape. If we can escape, then we are... no more. Don't say anything. In an instant, the voices disappear. A strange light emanates from the seal on the door. The paper crumbles to ash. Nothing happens with the door. It remains shut. Huh. I don't know what that was all about. Wasn't me. This one should... A very creepy round snail. Now, this should be interesting. You approach the ominous door. The tunnel lays silent when only your breath is heard. Placed across the surface, you see pieces of paper covered in ancient writing. Seals. They keep the spirit inside stable. This is freaking me out. Seals. Esoteric shackles, yes. This is a prison. Indeed. This area is an ancient prison of the Tolan Kotl. These are cells. Cells of the soul. An iron door. Along the sides. You press your head against the ground, against the walls. You see clearly this door does not lead anywhere. It is not tightly sealed, nor is it very fastened against the end of the tunnel. It is simply an iron door, sat upright against the wall. Oh, that's actually freaky. Feels cursed at minimum. A magical prison, lost to time. Look at the symbols. You lean in, checking them closely. You don't know this script. However, it is most likely some type of seal, most likely in the snail folk's lost tongue. Hello! Your voice echoes down the tunnel. Then after several seconds you hear... There is someone here. A voice. A light voice dances in the air. Are you inside this door? There's a silence for a while longer, then the voice says, It's been long. I see not. I feel not. Yet you I hear, you, beyond the door, I have a favor to ask. Sure, why not? The voice is silent for a few seconds. The suspense is great. I'm sure it'll just, please, save my husband. Oh! You catch a glimpse of the goblin giving you a worried expression. I know not who you are. I do not speak of your tongue. The strings grant me these few words. They broke his soul into paper. He made a grave mistake, but this punishment is beyond cruel. They wanted him to see the end of the world, to lose everything. My love, my foolish, pretty, petty, wonderful husband. I don't understand. We will help, don't worry. My fate is written. The voice fades beyond the door. Lady, we'll get you out of there. She really tugged at its heartstrings. Please break him out. Break the paper, speak his name. Save my isk udum. The pleading voice then stops. Lady? Hello? Nothing. Jeez, that was something else. I think I understand. She needs your help. But are you the right one to do anything here? Let's look into this. Celestial tears. A rare sight. Emotions from an instrument of death. Rip the seals. As your fingers touch the paper, the symbol upon its surface lights up just for a split second. Then all at once, as your fingers drag through it, the paper crumbles into a bright white ash. Nothing appears to happen with the door. Chanel looks at the dissolving dust, then to you. I hope you know what you're doing. Always, Chanel, always. Sure, I believe you. He actually does. Open the door. Speak my husband's name. Popcorners. Alright. Alright. It's like a, is it like a big fish guy? Is it like a big octopus? Is it gonna be like a big fish? I'm hoping it's a big ass fish. You approach the edge, and terrors arise. Big fish. Come on, big fish. It's not a fish. Fish don't have tentacles. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, Ran. Everglad. Him in the pipes. You hear hyperventilation coming out of the goblin. Can you truly stand against a creature of the void? No chance in any hells. Pray and kneel. Everything is shaking. Don't even think about it. This guy is clearly friendly. Whatever's going on in that stomach of yours, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is just say hello. Hello. Far you have delved, it says. I'm happy to greet you. The aberration's voice reverberates against the cold, wet walls of the sewer chamber. Naru Superior, I am enamored, impressed, lucky to witness. Shivers. 1,000 eyes, each focused on you. This is something evil. This is indeed a creature of the far realm. A trifler, yet larger than any specimen you've ever read about. Be wary. Now, speak. I got some questions for you. Knowledge is a commodity. Knowledge is my trade. I am a simple merchant. Trade, Ran, trade with me. This thing won't kill me? It does not look like it. Not now. You okay, Chanel? He nods without taking his eyes off the horrific aberration. Yeah. He takes a deep breath, holding it in for a while. Don't fuck this up, please. I have to pay to ask questions? Each thought carries costs. I am generous. Cheap thoughts I give freely. Expensive ones will require sacrifice. This guy is clearly aware of how incredibly ominous he's being. He's very much messing with you. Oh, what a dick. What are you? I am the other which is beyond, not the big other that you keep close to your chest. The small other, that is I, what you find yourself longing for in the dark. His words focus on the concept of authority versus outsider. There's an other within any relationship, the third party of society. He, however, identifies as the separate other, outside of your society. That's very philosophical. Yes. What is this place? Stones laid by snails. This was their prison, a complex to throw the unwanted and wicked for centuries. Then they burned. Millennia passed, dwarves repurposed it. A cistern, each pipe spread to voices. Thoughts, talk, whispers. I love it. A deep growl causes the ground near to quake. Your guts press against your lower throat. You got a license for this pool? Are you the one they call Everglad? Yes. That is the name I adopted. The original title of my claim was considered too difficult. When I signed my first warlock servant, we argued upon a more modern name. Everglad we chose. It is appropriate to show my everlasting happiness. The beast's elongated maw appears to widen even further. So your original name was just too incomprehensible for us mortals to use, I presume? No, it was just hard to pronounce. I am laughing. I see. You are, and you will. Warlocks, yes. You've had run-ins with my former servants. The girl. You're the one who sent her to kill me? Yes. A big misunderstanding. Rhea did not perform as to her promised level. We went over it many times. It was not a sudden decision, I assure you. I made sure to go through the appropriate steps. I offered training, magical enhancements, hex incantations, and even free knowledge. None of it was enough to get her to the appropriate performance, thus we had ended up having to cut the patronage short. Very fortunate. It's not often my warlocks end their service in anything other than death. He clacks his massive teeth together. I go through one servant at a time, so the position is now open. Interested? Cleric. The goblin looks worried. I would ask your goblin friend, however, I sense hesitation for outsourcing on his end. You send your warlock to kill me and then offer me a job as your servant? Well, it is something to be considered. Your performance, after all, is very admirable. Can I think about it? Of course. We can discuss it later. I do not wish to push you into anything. I offer nothing but the best of terms as a patron of the dark. Could be cool. You should bend the knee, always. You haven't explained why you tried to kill me. That is correct. Why did you try to kill me? Such knowledge comes at a price. The monster's eyes focus on you. There are many things I know you want to know. My trade works as such. You tell me a secret which I do not know, and then I grant you access to knowledge beyond yourself. A fair exchange. Free trade. You sure you're not a free strider? Not quite, no, though I admire their propensity for intrigue. The tentacles writhe around the cistern. It goes like this. You hand me a secret, I value its depth. I grant you knowledge in return. A fair trade is offered, I assure you. Sounds good. Good. The monster then stares at you, waiting to be fed a secret from the crevices of your mind. What secrets could I possibly give this thing? That's a question you know well the answer to. Can't you just make something up? How's this guy gonna know the difference? The creature will know. What you want here is just for him to tell you why he's trying to kill you, right? That's the main secret, yes, however. Do you have what it takes to actually share a deep part of yourself with the abomination? Make up a fake secret? DC 17 charisma plus 3 under the effects of enhance? Hit me with it. Ha ha! Oh! With the modifiers, roll 30 or higher on a d20. That's right. Well, that's right, brother. Right, clear your throat, shoulders back, head held high. It's time to lie. What kind of lie? The only type that works. The sort of true one. I got a secret to trade. Oh, yes. Do tell. Hit him hard, and not true. It should be about work. Some industry secret that's kind of true, you know, embellished. Just say, the Towers has a secret registry of non-wizards, people who have encountered esoteric events. Oh, I've not heard of such a list. Why is it interesting? Improvise. There's almost no one who encounters only one event despite their rarity. Oh, so it is shown that certain people hold esoteric attunement on their own. Potential sorcerers, perhaps. This is very interesting. Thank you for this knowledge. Now you wish to hear why. Why you sent a warlock to kill me? It lets out a grumble and squints the many, many eyes. Let me tell you about the blood-tongue prophecy. A night dark as ink, some years past, a young scribe is overcome with maddening visions. On the morrow, the writing is recovered and kept secret by the council, yet the whispers of its content reached me nonetheless. I will not share its content in full, as that is all too valuable secret, but I shall share this one passage. Scent of a cool, midst flame amiss, loyal death upon the day of suffrage consumed. Laid at the feet of necrotic doom, 1,000 clamors for Ion's wrath, all wrought in sundered trove beneath stone. There, time itself as witness standeth mute, first by west, southeast, then north. An esoteric era marked forth. Sounds like divine era scripture. The words of fate. Ukul leaves? Ukul leaves bring death on election day? The necrocrat? Like necrocracy? Yes. He opens his maw and clicks his fangs together. It is as unlikely as it appears, confirmed to be a truthful prophecy. Not yet come to pass fully, of course, as we are in fact not in an esoteric era born true, since the ebb still lingers. What does it mean? I wish the ebb to end. I saw in this prophecy my part to play. I saw the truth I could create, to bring about the fire to the legislative masses, a plot brought by the Mender's followers, the Ilum Elves. I chose to support a player in this game of intrigue, the one you seek, this rogue spellcaster you hunt. You know who I'm after. Of course, I know most things to know. Just stare at the monster. But don't worry, you'll find out in time. He tried to kill me to stop this finding out this rogue spellcaster. His tentacles snap in the cistern. Freya was to destroy this government cleric sent to investigate, to make sure the prophecy was given the space it needs to breathe. There was no doubt in my mind of this plan of action, until you stepped into my chamber here. I see more than truth in you. It is obvious. I backed the wrong guy. Now I will look upon you instead. Ran. Thanks. You are welcome. Bring me my esoteric error, Ran. I am fully convinced you will. He's not interested in debate here. He's not even interested in your opinion. This guy literally just wants to watch you do whatever it is you're going to do. How ominous. An aberration obsessed with fate. This will surely haunt you. What boons can you offer me? Becoming my next warlock has one major boon, of course. Knowledge. What would I have to do for you? Oh, nothing that should interfere with your life or goals. Sometimes I might ask you for some minor tasks to be completed, nothing straight away. What kind of task? Eavesdropping in places I do not have access, delivering messages to important people, handling artifacts at times, minor gigs, as they say. Good to know. Indeed, I hope I explained well. If you sign my contract, it would be because you wish to serve, not because you wish to be granted boons. Can you tell me more about yourself? About me? Nadu? Oh, you can assume me, to be someone who loves to share. However, that kind of information would require a deal that cannot be given for free. He clicks his teeth. Offer a secret and I will tell. Attack the aberration? Should we fight him? Should I beat the hell out of him? No way I fight this guy. Can you tell me more about yourself? Oh, no. I don't think I want to do anything for this guy. Lord Gorm? Ah, you ask of the last paladin of your fated god. So you've heard of him? Yes, Lord Gorm, the missing paladin. You may find clues of his situation above, in the halls of the city below. Use a light to search the dark hallways. There you will find his stash. Give me this info for free? This one time? Yes. How ominous. There must be a catch here, but what are you going to do about it? The monster smiles as always. Thank you for your time. You're welcome, Ran. Watch him descend. I honestly have no business with him, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't plan on making a deal with him. I'm gonna try the Sphinx first. I don't know how I'm gonna crack it, but... Oh, what's all this about? Hold on. You approach the magic circle. Each of the 4 stones around it are glowing. The goblin looks around. Looks clear, I think. The words are ancient, but you understand them. Speak the lost name and the end of the world. Isk Udum. It is broken. The seal is unleashed. Watch the light rapidly expand. And it's our boy, a snail. It's a snail. Chanel takes a few more steps back. Uh-huh. Are you stuck? You then watch as the snail folk of a bygone era slams into the ground. Stare at it. You watch the creature shake and snivel, its flabby skin moving about freely, its glistening surface reflecting the light. That staff. It holds immense power. Look at the staff. It gives off a faint glow in the dark of the temple. A Gate-era artifact. A magic staff befitting for a wizard such as yourself. Holy shit, that stick would go for a fortune on the market. Could you imagine? Pristine staff of great power, left in stasis for millennia? What a payday. Look at the shell. It's covered in trinkets, books, vials, and all manner of esotericals. There is no doubt. This is a wizard of the highest degree. Prepare to approach the strange snail. So I shall. He's not going to cast a spell over me, is he? They shine. Can I trifle that staff? I can. I can just take it from him. Thanks, girl. You're the best. I'll be taking that. And I'm definitely going to replace that with mine, for sure. A piece of bracken born through the centuries of gate war fighting. This indestructible item has seen the early days of this world and has now been brought to this modern alien era. Grasping it gives you chills. We're a wizard now, folks. The snail lifts his head. Flop. Excuse me? The snail holds up his open hand, 4 fingers stretched out, then he twists them with a snap. There we go, that should be better. I always keep a tongue prepared for this specific situation. Nothing as awkward as dealing with foreign dignitaries when you've run out of Jor's slots. I am Isk-Urim, Horde Polar of the Tolan Empire, Master of the Path, Servant of Jor, Lord Researcher, and Diplomat of Peace. He lowers his soft head all the way to the ground. I am Rand. Greetings. By Jor, do not worry, Mr. Rand Cleric. I am not poisonous, nor do I hold any ill will. Beware, he's reading your mind. Apologies, I cannot help. What? That's not the kind of phrasing I'd use, but yes. Chanel squints and stares at you both. Hold on, is this some kind of wizard thing? Green One, you do not appear to be as loud on the strings as your iron friend here. The snail leaps upon his staff. I cannot help but hear everything you think, Cleric. It was Cleric, was it not? What a fascinating meeting we have here. Now The snail man looks around, leaning on his staff. My mind seems to have slipped a bit, but you couldn't care for some exposition. Be careful what you think. He'll hear it. He hears this right now. I believe you've been imprisoned here for a long time. How long? Even his eyes are shacked as if he does not want the answer. I'm honestly not sure. I'm assuming an era of dragons occurred after our reign. However, we ruled in the aftermath of the shutting of the gates. It'd been 200 years in an elven year since then, the year when our city burned. During the Fade era then, not very long after the gates shut. This is exactly 1,016 years ago. He grips his staff. You can hear it creak. Millennia? I was in stasis for millennia? I am sorry. Yes, it is. Good gods. His eyes shoot out, aiming around the room. He is alone. His entire folk type had been wiped from the map before humans even held their own kingdoms. I am alone. There is no one here, is there? He shakes his staff, and his eye stalks wiggle around in the air. A faint glow appears as he mutters a few words to himself. I see. Snails, yes, but scrying. He is seeing hail snails currently. No. Is this what you made of yourselves? He stops casting a spell, his head falling towards the ground. Ooh, Ramba, you fool. You led them into this primal state? Degenerative, frozen, monstrous beasts? Hail snails? Realize his terrible fate. He lets out a mad laugh. They wanted to use the primal cold to break the dragon's fire? That bastard, he led them into pure de-evolution. It's a nightmare, oh by Jor's grace. Tell me, how did you break this stasis I was in? I think it, you cleric. Imagine it in your head now, please. Tut Irma. She was in that iron door? They threw her in an iron door for millennia? His eyes droop down towards the ground. I cannot believe it. My actions caused... I ruined my people. I brought flames. I divided them. Yet in the end, I did not even pay for my crimes with my life. Instead, I pay by standing here, alone, among the ashes. Hey, Ascani. And Tut, she endured the most torturous existence known to sentience, her soul slowly withering inside of that hellish prison. Yet after all of that, in the end He lets out a grunt, then a painful howl. Then he roars, a deep, bubbling scream causing his glistening flesh to vibrate. Stare at the snail. When he stops, he takes his staff and slams it into the ground. I reject this string. Jor's words do not speak of a humble nature. He broke off this world to make his own path. I will do exactly the same. The snail's going mad. Fair, really. I like what you're saying, Snail. He lets out a gust of wind. I can fix this. What? Yeah, what? Fix what? My dear Tut was destroyed by an iron prison that leaves her soul in pieces. Not quite dead, not quite in existence. But I am Cord Puller Isk-Urim. I wield strings like Jor himself. From this day on, I no longer seek power, nor achieve greatness, nor will I build empires. I will only perform one miracle. I will resurrect her. Then I will pay her back 1,000-fold for her unyielding love and devotion. Sounds like a plan. True resurrection. Not easily, especially when the strings are this weak. And ebb, surely. Can you tell me more about? Yes, anything you need. I am in your debt as well, of course. He mutters to himself and leans on his staff. I now have a time limit, Cleric. In 200 years, the fragments of my wife's soul will leave this plane forever. Thus, I can no longer resurrect her. And it will take time, but it can be done. Anything can be done. He's coping, but not in a terribly destructive way. It is possible. Improbable, but possible, even for a snail. Fuck yes. You need anything, just let me know. Thank you, my green fellow. Do you know how to enter the pillar? Oh! You wish to enter a closed gate? That's bold. I need to follow a rogue spellcaster inside. The snail stares at you. I heard nothing, but if you need to enter the closed gate, that is no small feat. Is possible? Very much so. What lies beyond is not so much a mastery as it is a question of shape, tunnels, paths, cracks in the veil around Jor's realm. To enter is simple as either having a key, a blessed passing, or forcing your way with a powerful spell. Gate, astral projection, wish, they can all break through, of course. With the current state of things here in your time, it is clear all such methods would be difficult. Very difficult. You require assistance from creatures who have studied, or understand its current shape. Any in mind? He lowers his head. Tut was a genius on planar travel. She could have helped you. You made him sad again. That's sad. Just stare at him. You have made a great friend in me, cleric. That will be rewarded. You've already taken it, of course. He glares at you. A staff of strings. The staff? You hold it out, feeling the power surge through the rough wood. I call it Marishev, Staff of Strings. You may call it the Staff of Talenkotl, as remembrance of my fallen people. It will be returned to me once you are finished with all of this. The crystal at the top lights up as he speaks and is now attuned with you. If you wield it while dealing with this gate, it will grant you assistance, information, attunement, so on. My dear wife's research can be found within its core. It will help you, I'm sure. Thank you and Tut. As for who you should speak with, I have no idea. But unless you want to write a contract with some powerful devil or serve a far realm monster, you might not have too many good options. The only creature I know beyond people who understand the mechanics of the gate was the Gate Guardian herself, but she was ancient by the time I reached adulthood, so I would not count on her being still around. Are you talking about the Sphinx? Excuse me. Olzis, the Sphinx. She's still around. Yeah, you know her? The snail leans back, still reeling over this information. You keep shocking the poor man. He got an old friend in the city then. Good for him. I'll have to visit. So she's still in the lair? It's a tavern now, called the Drunk Sphinx. This is a strange area you've built for yourselves. I can't say I dislike it. In that case, I highly recommend you go speak with Olzis. Unless you've made a fool of yourself before her, she might be inclined to help getting you into the gate crack. Flashback to when you spec with Olzis last. Oh, Jor. I'm sure with Marishev it will be fine. And if not, then maybe there's some other dark and oppressive magical creature you can persuade. Like the aberration called Everglad? Huh? I should probably leave here soon if things like that have taken hold. You have any questions about all the stuff you missed? A couple thousand of them, yes. I will also, of course, dive into whatever libraries you have available for the information soon enough. You do have libraries still, I hope? There's a living library. Hold on, here? You don't mean the living library of Talenkotl? Potentially. That it survived. Oh, how wonderful. The living library is one of the greatest creations of our empire. Or at the very least, most practical. You made that thing? Not me. It was made by the great Hiklesh. Never heard of him. A lady, she was. Before my time. A great wizard of... Sorry, you did what? I didn't say that out loud. You pissed it off? Did you not go through with an equivalent exchange? Oh, no. I see. Well, that is unfortunate. No matter. I'm just happy it still exists. And now I know where it's hiding. I will be investigating it soonish. The Daroian Library? I can get you an application? Oh, grand. Please do. Is that your local government, Darrow? Technically speaking. I see. Also, I need to ask, what is the South? Yes, South is South. Ah, this must be some common language. Common knowledge. Please elaborate. So funny. It's a direction. You know, downwards on the map. Interesting. Do you not use inwards and outwards, with and against? The scholarly version is seaward and inland. Which one's forward in your case? With is when you move along the coast and with the movement of the sun. Against is against the sun's movements. Ah, we use west for with then and east for against. I see. Do you know the etymological origin of those words? I find your use of them quite fascinating, especially the fact my tongue spell does not localize them. Of course you do. Imagine a map. Just imagine a map. Interesting! That you base your direction on a map is very different from our way of navigation. Later, I will very much love to pore over your findings and documents, especially those maps. A snail wizard. I agree. I wish he had a funny wizard hat. I've seen books all over the place. You always just go around and always check them out. Interesting. So your people are very open-minded? Sometimes? That pale man looks like an interesting spellcaster. We will see how they react. Is your people anti-snail? I suppose they haven't been given the chance to be anti-snail. I suppose. Think about what Norfolk looks like these days. He nods and his eyes jut out. Interesting. I'm looking forward to navigating your society. What do you want to ask? Timeline. I can see images of your current world in your mind, your city called Norfolk. You live upon the ruins of my people's creations. Very interesting. I'm interested in how you got there. You appear to be human? I remember the dragons of the east bringing your people to the coast as servants, slaves rather. When did you break your chains? It was during the Fade era. Humans broke free alongside many others as the big ones fell. Doug, Dool, and Dim led the charge against the dragons. It was... I see. I am both relieved and extremely happy to hear their demise. You're welcome. But I must ask, whatever happened to Isuth? His downfall must have been at the hands of some great warrior. Oh, I know that one. It's a children's story. Oh, The Little and the Large. A gnome befriended the Mist Titan of Ascani, and together they defeated the giant red dragon. Abacus the Half-Wit and Kai Ymor, the greatest friends... You're kidding. By Jor, that is very good. Very, very good. An ironic end for such a horrid beast. Defeated by friendship, he lets out a blubbing laughter. May his bones be cursed forever. We stole magic from the dragons, taught ourselves. Many gods were born in the next era, the Divine Era. Hold on, let me see. The snail retracts its eyes and goes quiet for a while as he listens to your thoughts. Do go on. The Fade Era after the Gate Era lasted 1,000 years. Ah, you're at the start of a new era then. What do you call it? The post-war era. Oh, the Arcane Era brought with it the most foul war then. Arcane is one of the 3 pillars of magic. It's represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jor strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of the existence around their whims. I can only imagine myself. I, too, was born in a time after war. The Gate War, but my father saw the end of it in his youth. I will make sure to read about it more, but what caused this great war? It's complicated. Yes, I could see that. I could similarly not in any way tell you the real reason behind the Gate War, but since it's closer to the timeline, if I may ask, how did your Coast War end? It's complicated. Fascinating. It's understandable that there is no clear answer to such complex conflicts. As per usual, the victor will write the notes on history, however, so I will be sure to read with critical stock. Stock? But why stock? And your people, then? They fled the Arcanists during the war? I seem to get that impression from the images I keep seeing. What exactly can you see in my thoughts? Voices, images, nothing too personal so far, thank Jor. Some esoterically attuned people cannot help themselves. It's honestly quite dangerous at times. My old rival used to run into my laboratory and think very loud and grimy things. The most heinous scenarios you could imagine. That's very funny. That's hilarious. You're quite the frayed fellow, aren't you? Yeah. His eye stalks glare at you in silence. Case in point. So you're a wizard? Yes, I'm a learned Tulin of the Path of Jor. String master, string player, chord puller extraordinaire. I might have missed a few errors, but I assure you we had reality warping powers in our time. By Jor, I sure sound like an old-timer. Because he is. I heard that. Sorry. No worries, it's true. His eyeball stalks retract. I'm a wizard too. Are you now? Good to hear. It does make sense. Someone with a head so attuned to the string is usually either dipped in a soul river at birth, or a powerful mage of some type, or a crazy person. Nope, just a great wizard, arcanist even. Wonderful! I was hoping this era of yours was acclimated for magic use as well, despite the past. Are all snailfolk wizards? Ah, no, but many yes. The Tulin are naturally acclimated to string manipulation. It's from a gift we were granted by Jor as we arrived on the Great Whale's back. What spell level can you cast? 9th by regular limits. I had the ability to wield a 10th level spell at one point, although it was, well, of course, a weak 10th level spell. I called it Isk-Urim's Epic Traversal. It basically targeted a road up to 100 miles away, repaired any cracks, making the journey smooth and wonderful, generally increasing your movement speed by up to double. Useful, not more than that. Useful, yes, as you can imagine. We kept to the more grounded magics for anything above 9th. The actual world-changing spells would simply get you popped out of existence. Popped out of existence? Yeah, I named it esoteric events. They apparently began during the Gate War, but grew worse during my lifetime. Irresponsible usage of magic could easily cause them to appear. Some call it wild magic, some call it Jor's curse. Oh yeah, we got those all the time. Oh, do you now? I suppose the tongue spell translated it properly then. Can you teach me a 10th level spell? No. I'm afraid those epic tier spells are not the stuff you could share. At least I don't know how. 9th level spell can you cast? Nothing currently. When I was cast into stasis, Gurema made sure to place an ebbing seal on me. That is a curse, essentially. Makes me unable to cast anything above, in this case, 3rd level spells. So currently, I'm not so powerful at all, but do not fret. It will fade in time, hopefully as the ley lines grow stronger all around, this ebb. That's all I have to ask about wizards. I can see that. How wonderful to share. Can you teach me any magic? Oh, teaching, no, that's not my specialty. If you have any questions, I can always share my knowledge, but beyond that, I'm afraid I can only offer some spell scrolls. Well, spell scrolls would be wonderful. What does ebb mean? His eyes dart around. You want a definition? I don't think I completely understand it. A demi-lich? Dangerous friends to have, cleric. Unless the world has changed by more than I imagine since I left. His eyes jitter a bit. Ebb is defined as an effect of anti-magic. Oh, it's when the flow of magic is ebbed, lowered, ceased. It is a word I do not like, for many reasons. For one, it was a tool used by our enemies in the Gate War to sink Jor's realm. They wished to quell his strings. And of course it was the dragon Isith. His betrayal again began by the casting of a terribly effective spell. Power Word Ebb. 9th level spell? Power Word Ebb puts a clamp on Jor's strings. In a large area, I believe up to 1,000 feet, becomes void of high-tier magics and low-tier magics become unstable. Yet, it's no simple anti-magic field. It's not an area of suppression of magic, it's the literal editing of the strings themselves. It cuts off flow to the strings, flow from the past and the future, a ripple of non-magic through time. I'll be honest, I have no clue what the exact parameters of casting such a spell would be, nor what the long-term effects are, but it does sound to me like your era has been affected by some terrible ebbing. For your strings seem to me as if they are indeed clamped and clutched, as if struggling to breathe. Someone cast a bunch of ebb spells. That's a lot of questions. I'll say possibly, probably, not really, and yeah, through time. This is of course only a theory of mine when it comes to esoteric events, pockets events, and so on, but what makes an esoteric ebb so powerful is the sheer time frame of it. The consequences can be unfelt for centuries. That is what makes Jor's esoteric magic so powerful and so dangerous. No sane being can calculate beyond the third dimension, not at least beyond some abstract and practical sense. We're not made for it. That doesn't stop me from researching it, or at least until Isith died. Did. What do you know about Jor's strings? He holds out a hand and casts Prestidigitation. A very convenient but difficult to master transmutation cantrip. It can do pretty much anything, from heating tea or cleaning clothes to creating minor sensory effects or temporary objects. It's extremely versatile, and a talented user is able to wield it to an even greater form of usefulness. When Jor crafted the coast, he did not make it from scratch. Dazzling lights spawn out of his palm, forming a collection of gleaming lights. He based his design on others, the landscape, the water, the wind, the biome, as well as the magic. In most other realms, from what our history teaches us, ley lines, as in the thing we channel magic from, is usually formed as a web, a network, a weaving, a series of nodes connected. This design was fundamental and solid. It connected so many material realms to outer ones, as in, they were not just one. The solid world of mortals on one side, the worlds of all the angels and demons and non-mortals on the other. A magic web interconnecting them. Most Anticipalians will tell you the same thing. The world of mortals and non-mortals were separated beyond Jor's realm. Right, before the gates closed, we were separated. He nods. Jor did something different. He created the strings. Instead of having a series of nodes with connections between them, his ley lines were simply just nodes. They contain a sort of esoteric vector. Intensity, delta, rush, tone, some call it colors, various difficult to parse parameters. Instead of being interconnected, they simply bump into one another, physically. This is how they interact, to put it in a simple metaphor. However, Jor did something ingenious here. He took the design of those interconnected webs and repurposed them, not to connect to one another, but to connect with themselves, over time itself, connected from the past, through the present to the future, a straight line, a chord, a string. Remember, he is reading your mind. Every option you think of will be presented to him all at once. What difference does it make in comparison to the web design? Okay. That's a lot to take in all at once. This mind reading makes conversation highly efficient. And boring. I'll take your questions one by one if that's okay. Starting off, compared to the original web design, which I sadly have not been able to investigate myself, I'm basing all of my findings off data retrieved from my forebears. There seems to be almost no real difference. On the surface level. Channeling magic from a practical art works fundamentally the same. Drawing powers from the network, using verbal somatic and components to steer this power in a certain direction. However, this change, making the network into strings, changes how that magic flows. Instead of being focused on that one point in time, it is constantly connected to the past and present. Part of that power is leaked in each direction. Now, this does happen in some degree in a normal web-based node system as well. That's how divination magic works. But instead of it happening in a natural way, just like we remember where we were a second ago, so does magic. Just like we can extrapolate on current information in order to reach conclusions about the future, so does magic. The strings instead are directly connected. It would be as if we constantly saw ourselves in the past alongside our present with the glimpses of the future. Like a constant, permanent form of divination magic, it's quite difficult to imagine. To answer your second question, I do not know why Jor made the strings this way. There are theories. He could have done it to perform some type of chronomancy. Perhaps it was simply an experiment. My personal belief is simply that Jor found it efficient. By leaking esoteric energies to the past and future, it would make sense that we are able to build a much more potent acceleration in our spells. How this works in practice, none can tell, not since the gates closed. As for your third question, yeah, it sounds as if your Arcanist did uncover many of some mysteries we worked on. However, it does sound as if Jor abandoned them in a way not too dissimilar to our own. Finally, for your fourth question, good God, man, good God! Chronomancy is a topic many wizards dream of as they study. I must disappoint you. There are no ways beyond divination. Those little peaks behind the curtain to tamper with time. As the strings move forward, Jor watches us go along them. That is one of the messages we received from him all those years ago. He's watching. This is our one chance to make our choices, so make them well. How do I learn high-tier magic? Time and effort, cleric. I remember when we caught a batch of students about to rush out into the wild to burn some fey creatures with fireballs. They said they needed the experience. The wisdom of Jor teaches us otherwise. Repeated exercise does build muscle memory, yes. However, true experience is bought from novelty. Be interesting. Your future and high-tier magic will be born from that. Thank you. That was very informative. No problem. I'm no lecturer, so apologies if I'm ranting too much. You mentioned Jor. What do you know about the guy? Jor? Everything. Nothing. An enigma of a wizard, Jor is. I'd like to ask you, what do you know about him? Old wizard made the coast, brought beasts of Jor. The snail man listens to your thoughts intensely, then he asks, beasts of Jor? Is that what you call us? It's the term that stuck. I see. The recent Arcanist trouble humans caused must have not helped the issue of Jor. That is true. The term Anticipalian appears good. It is draconic, yes, before the closing. Very good. His eyes close up slightly. In the old world, Temenkadler worshipped oppressive gods. Oppressive in the sense of absolute power. My forebears left willingly at the invitation of Jor to never again serve, so it's important to remember our love for Jor was not subjugation. It was a partnership, in the purest sense of the word. So to be clear, I'm not a numinist. I have no religion. I don't worship Jor. My people were raised into self-idealization by Jor, given power, esoterical forces. When he fell after the Gate War and no longer was directly involved, well, we all held some hope he was alive, just hiding, or having gone to some other state of being to shut out the gods. Logically speaking, he has to be alive. That is my input on the discussion. Why? Because this realm still stands. I do not believe in a natural existence for his coast. I believe, although my evidence for this is faltering, the realm would collapse if Jor truly died. This place is held up by him, thus its existence is proof of his well-being. Not to mention the handful of messages we received, at least hint of something still existing out there, unless you believe those messages were false, which they could be. I don't believe so. You know anything about Iamestra? Iamestra? Where did you hear that name? His eyes stretch out towards you. You startled him by mentioning that name. A living library in the city below. His eyes slowly retract. I suppose I should tell you the story about Jor, then. He slides around the floor as he speaks. What we know of Jor, some is derived from early witnesses. Most, however, is recalled directly from his secret original apprentices. Jor's apprentices hid in the shadows, as to not become targets during the invasions. So I imagine it comes as quite a shock to you that... Oh, no, we know about those. What? That's not a secret anymore. What? There are 8 of them. Did you know that? Think what you know about the apprentices. Right. Why do you ask them? Iamestra. She's one of the apprentices. I'm aware of that. Most people are not, though. Oh. In that case, let me tell you. Iamestra was the apprentice of Goodland. She was the first cord puller of Tolan speaker of Jor. Goodland? Goodland. Alright, the translation must be confusing. That is the native term we use for this here slice, or band. That's what you call it? You call it Ascani? You knew the apprentice? She was my friend. Iam would travel from tower to tower whenever she visited the cities. She was old, frail. At the time I was born, yet she traveled like no other. I was taught prestidigitation by her own personalized version. No doubt you would ask me to teach you, but that would be impossible. Only she could be a good enough teacher to spread such a complicated cantrip. Fascinating. Prestidigitation taught directly from Jor himself. One day you will master it. Surely you must. He lets out a pained groan. Her disappearance was the first great omen of our people. My wife, Tut, was even closer to her. We missed her dearly. So you spoke with someone who spoke directly to Jor? Yeah, many times. She could never tell us much about her master, of course. However, it was clear he, too, was an interesting figure. A personality, if you will. Just like all the tall tales painted. What was she like? Kind. He nods. They used to call her the neutral good apprentice. I tended to agree. You speak with any of the other apprentices? I'm afraid not. Perhaps lucky. Not all of them were so friendly to the local populace, though most of them were simply destroyed during the Gate War. Why would he send an apprentice? Why not talk to you himself? That's a good question. We never got an answer. Why'd she disappear? That's a very good question. One day she was there, the other she was not. I was the last of our kind to meet with her. I found her acting peculiar, stressed. She asked me, Isk, how much would you wager on a shell flip? And waited for my answer. I told her I'd wager nothing important on such bad odds. Shell flip? It's when you toss a flat shell into the air to see which side it lands on. A 50-50 fair game? He shakes his head. I am Estra. She accepted my answer and then left. I'm still not sure how to interpret such a strange question. But that was it. She was gone. The gator of us gone, our connection to Jor gone. Soon after, just a few years, Isif burned it all down. Jeez. The snail man lets out a blubbering sigh. Since I've been given a second chance, perhaps we will find out one day. What will you do now? I will build a base, a laboratory, somewhere in this city of yours, built upon our ruins. Any tips on who I should talk to? There's a ton, really. Oh, yes, I see. Yes, this will help a lot. Thank you, cleric. Once I've established a foothold in this new era, I will return to my research, figure out how the strings have changed over the millennia, relearn my mastery of chords, collect the resources needed. Then, of course, I will bind her fragments to the material world, I will return her to flesh, bring life into her once again. My dear sweet Tut Irma will be given her life once more. Then she will have me. I will build a life for us here, a life of peace, true, fair peace. Wish me luck. Good luck. He nods. Who you voting for in the election? The what? We have our first ever election soon. You should vote. Voting. Hold on. Do you select your leaders through election? We're starting to do it now, yeah. Fascinating. Is this an elective system for landowners or mages, or everyone gets a vote? Pretty much, at least. You just need to live here. Huh. You've shocked him. I did not expect something like that. Such a liberal paradise. Well, I'm not one to judge these futuristic ideas. I must investigate. Tell me more. Who do I vote for? Kings? Governments? Parties? With different ideologies on how to run the city of Norfolk. Parties? How glib. The Asgals are the future of the city. They're the party of egalitarianism, workers' rights, and unity. That's amazing. He lets out a blubbering noise. Laughter. Listening to all that, I would say I would actually vote for the Arcanists. Seems like they would be the most esoterically attuned party, which fits my ideals. However, in my experience, a group of wizards working together tends to end up being quite the mess, but my heart still leans in that direction. I'll have to go see for myself once it's time for the election. He lets out more blubbering noises. The snails laughing at democracy. Rude. At the very least, the snail has good taste. His eyes behold you knowingly. Hello, Alaskan. You won't even need commentary. True. I do be reading right now. You got any spell scrolls? Oh, only a dozen or so. They're deep in my shell. Any you're interested? I can dig in and get one for you. He retracts one of his arms into his shells. Ew. Astral projection? Project from good and evil? No. Aura of vitality? Anything else? Astral projection. Anything else? The snailman stares at you for a few seconds. No, you seem to have thought of all I'm able to hand you, except what? Isk shrugs, with slowly retracting his entire head slowly. Just watch. Soon the snail is no more, and you are standing in front of a shell. He died! That's convenient. Then as slowly as he retracted, he begins to leave the shell. Oh, never mind. I went over the esoteric attunements from your mind, cleric. It appears the only spell scroll you do not actively think about here, that you also do not already have memorized, would be this. Scroll of Wish. By Jor and his disciples, what are you holding in your hands? Wish? I'm sorry, what? That's not like the Wish, is it? That is Wish. However, you cannot memorize it at your current level of attunement. Attempting to cast it directly would also take, even at your level of talent, weeks, maybe months. Even if I did cast it. Wish is one of the few non-epic tier spells that can wildly shape reality. It is arguably the most powerful and versatile of all 9th level spells. It's so powerful, in fact, that it can easily cripple anyone who does not manage to cast it. The only truly safe usage of Wish is to use its power to ask for the casting of another spell, 8th level or lower. You can also ask for a weaker effect, which have been proven to be safer at times, but if you word your wish poorly and the effect is broader than you intended, then you are, as they say, screwed. That sounds awesome. The snailman lets out a blubbering sigh. I received that spell scroll from a djinn I fought alongside during the war. It was a reminder to stay humble, for those who use it for personal gain. Use it as a shortcut to greatness, always end up in ashes. I do not always listen to such ideals, but when it comes to that spell, I have respect for it. One of my teachers, the great Rit Ios, used its power to shatter the hearts and souls of 100 ice devils. In the process, her entire being turned into a permanent esoteric pocket. I'm giving this spell scroll not to use, cleric, but as a reminder of your mortality. I thank you for this, Isk. He makes a peculiar mouth movement, a grin. I like your fire. It burns bright. Anything else? A scroll of astral projection? You have particular tastes. This is not a spell you are even able to cast, not without great unreliability. So is that a no? Of course not. Enjoy. He hands you a tingling paper with a casual nod. The intense power rushes through your arms as you grab it. It will tear a hole in you. Grasp it with your life. Considering the state of the world, it would not have the intended effect even if you did know how to cast it, so it's useless to me anyhow, but I suggest studying it. What about protection from good and evil? It is indeed. I don't have many divine spell scrolls, so that's a no, I'm afraid. Aura of Vitality? Now that's an oldie. I never was too good at it myself, but it saved my life a number of times. Thank you, Snail. You the best. I'll see you around, brother. I shall behold him. Very good. Chaotic good. Very good. He has no charisma, Omegalol, but he's smart as a brick. Level 16 Wizard. This is an ancient snail from another time. An interesting fellow, an incredible knowledge, but held within a culture of the beasts of Jor. Complete barbarians. Fascinating. You must in any case study this creature. Oh, good night, Graham. Thanks for stopping in, man. Take it easy, dude. The esoteric mastery at play here is beyond anything you have ever encountered. Keeping in contact with the snail, it will be great service in the future. His goal will be completed in time, however before then, you are certain he will break many taboos of the era. This is the type of man, not too unlike the more sophisticated arcanists, who will break reality and rewrite Jor's rules, all in an attempt to get the final say. Ain't it just? What you got, brother? He gave me 2 scrolls. Oh, they're very tough. An ancient spell scroll from a different time. You can't read the contents, like, at all. The snail glyphs running along the edges cause your entire body to tingle as you touch them, however. This is the power of a wish spell. The power is so strong, even the paper itself becomes esoteric. Just keeping it near causes your nerves to tingle. -3 dex, -3 wisdom. An ancient spell scroll of astral projection. Just holding it makes you feel like you have the power to rip a hole in reality. You obviously can't use it, though, not without ripping another hole in yourself in the process. We have definitely been completing up some quests, brother. And I got Aura of Vitality, which, healing energy radiates from you in an aura. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. During an encounter, each round you and all your allies in the aura regain 2d6 hit points. Outside an encounter, it's 20d6 hit points. 20d6s? Jesus. That's a pretty good spell. How long does that last? Up to 10 minutes. Okay. Well, good to know. Alright. Fuck. Let's head back up and go talk to the Sphinx, and maybe, just maybe, they'll help me get into the pillar. Because I don't want to go into the pillar without... Maybe I do. I don't know. Let's take a jab at it. We're pretty smart. The Pillar of Jor towers above you. He is speaking to you. Touch the pillar. I guess I should go to the top part of the pillar if I want to try entering it. Yeah, you should. Someone went inside this thing, huh? Yup. It appears so. You'll have to be real careful if you want to follow into a gate like this, but you can do it. To the top. What a lovely night. This will be the easiest way in because of all the funny cracks. She's just gonna watch me disappear into the pillar. I think we're as good as we're gonna get here. I guess I could heal a little more, but... He's speaking to you. Begin the process of entering the pillar. Standing here at the pillar, you realize your goal is close. The quest is nearly finished. But you do not have a method to enter this esoteric relic. Not yet. I should speak with Viscon. He might know something about this. That is very correct. The wizard will know. Right, I'll have a look around, ask around, and so on. Right, drunken sphinx me. I'm in. Whoa, everybody's chilling out. I guess I could try rereading everybody again. It's been a while. The more you stare into those deranged eyes of his, the more you understand he's not full of hatred for some idealistic vision of the future. He does not view the future of Ascani as a goblin paradise. All he wants, entirely due to some personal vendetta fueled by sociopathy, is to erase humans from existence. Good to know. I think we already perfected Appledent. She does not care for politics or the world at large, as she tries to uphold a sense of understanding in order to further her art. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. He likes his friends, they're his only friends. He does have some semblance of opinions around life and love of the city, yet they're not formulated, nor is he verbose enough to express them properly. Chaotic neutral. No, he won't. In the duress of times, this kid will be the first one to lean upon his brothers. He's learned to eat that ego of his when he has to. That's good. A man is made by the toil of his peers, nothing more, nothing less. If he was your peer growing up, he'd be one of those fucking bullies. That's not really a massive negative on his part. Pretty much every well-adjusted kid bullied you, but he's got some conscience growing inside that skull of his. If he is surrounded by good men, he will turn out fine. If he's surrounded by evil, well, that's what his life will build. Oh, hell, Vera. I can't read Vera for the life of me. Not gonna happen. He will find it one day, someday, but not this day. Perhaps you will see him again? Who are you kidding? Of course you will. And I perfected you first try. Hey, can I try for you? Can't reach that. Damn. Where the fuck is Magic Hand, dude? Hello, Sphinx. The Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. A little one, she says. Looks right through you. I need help entering the Pillar of Jor. Now, that was not a request I expected today. Might I ask why? It's got to do with the tea shop. I see. How mysterious. Huh. The Sphinx ponders your request while sipping on her wine. This is no small request, Claire. Tell you what. Complete the riddle first, the difficult one, and perhaps I will consider it. She smiles. You tell me the riddle again? As many times as you want. Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air, burrowed deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folk and gods and thronging herds, a man divine alone howls his words. It's a spell. This one. Grand entrance or exit? Don't think it was that one. This guy? Cleric of Norvik. Lovely to see you. Me and Romulus here heading to take a little break before we head back to Vardby. Look at the rust mods. It looks back at you hungrily. He laughs. Clearly somewhat inebriated. Ah, well, I hope the pickaxe has been treating you well. Oh, there's a small plate with a fair bit of crowns scattered on the surface. The goblin glances at you. You approach the donation bowl. I want to donate crowns here. You do. How much, though? Don't go overboard. She's an artist. They're rich. Highly unlikely. You place a handful of crowns in the bowl. A good amount. Ah, thanks, cleric. Take them. Let me fucking read. Let me read all that again. Let me think on this from what I've seen thus far. Found within the hang on, get to the end. I'll break it down. Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. Burrowed deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folk and gods and thronging herds, a man divine alone howls his words. Burrowed deep within the earth. Whatever, I mean, it's somewhere down below. Found within the arcane flare. Arcane primal divine is clearly the hint here. Do I have to cast one of each spell? Arcane Primal Divine? Well, Bless is a divine spell. Arcane Primal Divine. Cure Wounds is divine. Arcane Primal, and do I have a primal spell? Good Apple? Good Apple is primal. I guess I could do Arcane Primal Divine? Or, hang on. Cure Wounds. Bless is divine. Never mind. Bless, Cure Wounds is also divine. So Bless, Arcane Primal Divine. Shield of Faith is also divine. Bark Skin, Primal. Enhance Ability, Primal. I have Knock. Knock is arcane. I could cast it. I can't cast it. I don't know any arcane spells that I can just cast off the cuff. Grease is arcane, but I can't just cast it. I can detect a fucking secret, though. Gift of Bone Dust. Is Detect Alignment a arcane spell? It's not. It's a divine spell. So it's not that. I might just Google it. I don't want to, though. That'd be bad. I guess I could just ask Viskin. But asking Viskin would also probably be a bad draw as well. I would like to do the Sphinx. I want to do the riddle. Let me do the riddle! Let me do the riddle! Twin tongues of flame scorch the air, burrow deep within the earth. Where are twin tongues of flame at, even underground? Oaken gods and thronging herds. A demand divine alone howls his words. I'm gonna Google it. I'm Googling it. I live in hell. I live in fucking hell. Okay, so it's something to do with these braziers, but I don't know how to light them. Yes, I do. I got a thing for that, I think. I don't think these will let me do it. I guess I could just equip that to recover HP over time. Okay. So, is there like a fireball spell then? Because that's like not something that I have. Wait, let me see what, I mean, that's definitely a hint. I should probably roll with that, but... Okay, so first, I guess I need 2 different spells. I gotta go back to Viskin's lair. Ooh, this would probably be the fastest way to get there. No, okay, no, we're talking to Biscuit. Never mind. I'm not going to. that's for a different. No, that's funny though. That's for a different playthrough. No, we're doing Viskin. I'm sorry. That's funny though. That's a funny. That's funny. It's funny. That's a funny little quest line. I'll tell you that much. All right, hello Viskin. I need your assistance. You mind if I trifle your thing? I would love to get the mind expansion potion. I have no idea what that means, though. Hang on, there's an item for this I can equip. Trifling. He's trifling. I'm fucking trifling. Bad feeling. Apologize. Never. Just play it off and be cool. Nice robe. Thank you, Claire. He glances down. Your hand is still in his pocket. Remove your hand. The pale man turns back to his papers. For whatever reason, he does not care about your behavior one bit. Maybe the stuff in his pockets aren't valuable, or maybe he's so rich he doesn't care. Otsu cringe. Hello, Danelli. Or Daniel? Danel? Sorry. Stop sneaking around behind the mortician and leave. No, we're gonna do it again. No, I can't Shard of Jor this fucking thing. It's over. Oh, you can sort by stat. Very good. Very good indeed. Key items. Oh, we never found the other 2 rats. Where's my thingy? There it is. Alright, Viskin, I need your help, brother. Yes, he says with a smile, putting away some of the documents before him. Where's the dead elf? Gone, I'm afraid. What? A door hug. Embarrassing, but unfortunately there's not much to be done. A door hug is a technique often used by magical thieves. It involves casting Dimension Door, a spell that teleports yourself and another target to any direction quite far off. Many heists have been pulled off this way, especially back in the Arcane era. Dimension Door is a 4th level spell. Conjuration spell. It allows the caster to teleport themselves and one willing target up to 500 feet in any direction, immensely powerful. Someone wanted that corpse and they had the resources to acquire it. Oh, they pulled an old trick. If they have any access to 4th level spells, then this is no mere trifle. Ah, shit. They pulled a door hug on you? Like I said, embarrassing. I should have set up more defenses, but if they could employ an agent with Dimension Door, they could surely cause even more trouble, so perhaps this was for the best. Why'd this happen? They wanted the corpse, clearly. He's repeating obvious information. Is he trying to be funny? They're removing evidence, clearly. This is bad. The Ilum's roots reach far, cleric. You see an unnaturally, uncharacteristically wide smile spread across his pale face. Things are getting interesting. Fucking hell, this guy is creepy. I need help entering the Gate of Jor. I'm sure you do. Can you help me? He coughs once. Why not? He says it with such gusto. I knew I could count on you. Give him a thumbs up. The pale man slowly lifts his hand and returns the gesture. Ah, jeez. You almost thought he'd flip you off there for a second. This is no minor secret, however. The method is quite difficult. To enter the Pillar of Jor, though, the crack left in the gate, you will need astral projection. The 9th level spell? Indeed. You would need a spell scroll. That is the only reasonable manner to solve this. Can you cast a spell? Without a spell scroll, I cannot. Do you know someone who does? No. Wouldn't that just project your spirit? Normally, yes. However, entering a Gate of Jor with said spirit causes your physical being to follow. This is a document by the Tulin, the snail folk who laid the ground for this type of research. I can't cast 9th level spells. Undoubtedly. Rude. Then how about a spell scroll? He nods. Precisely, cleric. A spell scroll of astral projection. An extremely powerful item, no doubt. However, it would not be so strange for one to be found in the halls beneath us. Of course, despite your natural acumen for string manipulation, you do not possess the ability to cast 9th level spell scrolls reliably. If you acquire one, bring the scroll to me. I will cast it for you. You can cast 9th level spells. I can reliably cast 9th level spell scrolls, yes. Admittedly, this is no small feat, but it is not to be conflated with the power to freely wield 9th level magic. Doing so is unheard of since the Coast War. I think I already got one of those. Excuse me? I've got one right here. He grabs the scroll with deliberate movements and reverence. Wonderful. You are full of surprises, cleric. The pale man opens it, taking a few glances over the ancient text. A scroll of Tal and Kotl. This'll do fine. He puts it away and gives you a slight smile. There is an illusionary wall in here, over by my book collection, he says, and gestures toward the shelves on the western wall. Of course, you already know that, but I hope its contents have proved and will continue to prove useful. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. When you are ready, call for me at the pillar. I will cast on you and any party member you wish to bring into the darkness. Will do, Viskin. He returns to his work. Could you use a scroll of wish instead? A scroll of wish? Oh boy, that was a fast reaction. He is, once again, absolutely shocked at your inability to stay out of esoteric trouble. Actually, never mind. The pale man just stares at you. A scroll of wish? Yeah, man, maybe a little. Maybe a little. We do a little bit of wishing. I don't know. It's a little bit of wishing around here. It's chill. Alright. Elven connection. Damn! They took her! Just like that. The tendrils of the Mender's court reach far. You can learn something from this. You sure can. Did you see the shit-eating confidence on that elf's ludicrous lips? That was the face of order, a foreign order, fully in control. It was breathtaking. I trusted him. Exactly. Despite the fact that he was clearly lying to your face the entire time. He was? Yeah. It was sweet. It was a sweetly covered lie. That's clearly in hindsight. But why else would an Ilum warden, fancy word for ambassador, stand there in the middle of the night speaking gibberish with some inane cleric? He had a damn good reason to show up, and considering they took the corpse right afterwards, they know exactly what you're doing. It was a highly calculated move to tell you those things. To blame the dead elf, to clear themselves from any wrongdoing, to sneak away in the night with the biggest piece of evidence, before anyone with any real authority could get their claws on it, and most importantly, before the press could get in on the scoop. You need to learn something from this. Get yourself closer to the Twinkie elf's level. It's very true. I need to learn from the Ilum way. Great! Illusions of grandeur can take a man far. People tend to get swept up alongside it like little winds trailing in the wake of a greater temptress. Alas, words are wind. They too fade as the storm turns to gale. Do not build your empire on words alone. Ilum did not. You remember the tale of the Mender? It was told to every child. There have also been 3 adaptations running on Sage Street over the years. It's one of the classics. One of the main rows of housing, full of theaters, with shows playing almost every evening of the week. There is some historical preamble. You have more or less memorized it. Go ahead, recall the history of Ilum. The Ilum Empire has always been an ominous presence in Ascani. She was one of the early walking gods, born as an early tidings of the divine era. She reigned in isolation for a very long time. During the Arcane Era, she used her realm as a wall, one of the few powers which resisted and repelled any Dimenorian influence. Ascani remained wild for many reasons. One of them was the ever-present and self-sustaining Elven Empire and their living forest. Their stasis changed during the Coast War, first by growing tensions on the border. They ended up so occupied defending their lands in the east they did not even intervene when the band of human refugees settled in the troll-infested ruins on the coast. Yeah, they usually have a player chanting those details out before the show starts. Now this is when the tale begins. Recallst thou the tale of Ilum the Mender, a great shaman of the wilds, who in divine ascension did bind Ascani's elven kind? To Norvik she came, emerged upon its streets, scarce years past the conquest's end. In shadow wrought, she spells upon each warrior of the palace, drawing them to earth in the ranks of iron. Their eyes, bewitched and bright with zeal, beheld her form, a twisting mass of bark and gnarled root. There, earth did meet her on the steps, a primal force pressed against the bulwark, seconds for war, minutes for passion. Words they shared, looks exchanged. The elf god asked but one question as she broke her spell upon the great soldiers of the city. Is anything permitted in a good man's quest? Thus ended the tale of Ilum the Mender. For earth did stay her wrath from mortal men. In years past since, the elven god hath faded, yet her question lingers still within the palace air, the streets, the coast. If thou know the answer, hold thy tongue and speak it not, for that beguiling nymph may yet keep her watch. Keep watch, her roots do still linger. What a story. A real classic. But yeah, this is only the abridged kids version, of course. It's the one that stuck with you. Now think about it. The dead elf, this Pinja, she played with them all. She played them all. Then this not dead elf, the warden, he's clearly a professional bullshitter. They're both master manipulators in their own right. Just excellent work. Learn from it. Build up a beautiful lie on that. Probably. Pretty face of yours. Then you can take over the... Remember where they came from. A long line of empire, an imperial dream. Learn from their mistakes. Build upon their methods. Then you may... You do realize they're immortal, right? Or they're supposed to be. That's what sets them apart. Keep that in mind. These bastards are way, way too slow to adapt to anything. Whether it's a millennial sphinx or an anticipalian celestial or just an elf. They've all got that weakness, a fragile immortality. If you die, you lose. What, a couple of decades at worst? They lose infinity. Tell me about the fragile immortality. An aversion to risk, that's what they've got, times infinity. That's a massive weakness, so that's what you should learn from them. Think about that weakness, use it to your advantage. Keep building that advantage over and over again. Keep rolling that die. Removes death saving throws. When you are above 1 HP and take damage that would take you to 0, you go to 1. If you take any damage at 1, you die. Whoa. So, you get 2 chances. Plus all the healing spells. That wouldn't be too bad. We do keep dying. Tell me more about this Imperial Dream. Domination begins in the mind. You are above them all. While speaking with someone with less intelligence than yourself, gaining an extra proficiency on all d20 rolls. That doesn't help me. Tell me more about... Well, that kind of does. Tell me about Beautiful Lie. Look fresh. Smile wide. They'll love you until the day you die. While you're at full health and 0 exhaustion, gain advantage on all d20s. I'm ready to make a decision. A beautiful lie. You'll be like an elf, without all that elven bullshit. Everybody will love that. Alright, there's a secret in the bookshelf. Some of them stand out as classics. The books taunt you bookishly. I'll just refresh my memory. Right, good. A couple of minutes won't hurt, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, there it is. Dreamcatcher. Revivify! Revivify? Are you kidding me? You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point. This spell can't return a life of a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts. It has to be within the past minute in case of emergency. Alright, let's get all our spells together. Let's get a full heal, and then let's go into the pillar. We'll pray and we'll think. They really are just gonna let me have every single spell. That's because I'm slick with it. What a move. Alright, let's eat up some first level items. Nope, not those. These ones. I do be eaten. And let's head on up. You have a wish scroll? He looks at me. Maybe. Entering the gated door. Yeah, go to the pillar when you're ready. This will not be easy, however. It will be an opportunity to learn more about the esoteric mysteries of the world. That will be good for us all. Yeah, I think so. Did I finish another quest? What happened? I guess oh, I did. The gated door. This should be a good one. Who would have imagined such a thing? The beatings of life upon the shores each wave another painful twinge. The heart laid square, blood in veins, fear in glands, peace upon the earth. Hello, Neon. Smoking man in the pillar. I have the key. Now I'm ready to dive in. Diving is down. This is up. Secret laid bare soon-ish. Which method? I'll use the Viscon spell. The Spellman is pale-faced, twisted into nothing. Hollow soul, breathless bearings, a creature of pure evil, with nothing but intrigue as guide. The path forward lay clear nonetheless, as your journey comes to a close. But who is the man? The smoking man? It's the duck. Mungo. It's the seagull. It's not Viscon. It's the seagull. Your gut is telling you, nope, that is untrue. Not the case. False. That was just a random guess. An arrow in the dark. However, in that you shall find the dark belly of the soul, that which hides within and spews without. As will you, the heart, the beating thing which dreams of a world without strife. One of love and community, one of friends, one of friend, dear oh dear, hjärtat mitt. It is very close now. It almost makes you think of what you will find in a different light, question of broader implications. In effect, why did this happen? And what is the burning stake of a quest drawn into your flesh? What is it actually about? Is it so simple of a question? That thought that causes your muscles to tense up and cramp? The questions you've been asking yourself since you were 5 years old? What is a good man? And does it seem they are all dead and buried long before your time? Tell me about the dark belly of the soul. Feeling the end to see the light. Resistance to all damage when below 50 HP. Tell me about the hjärtat mitt. Hold everyone and everything in your heart. If there's no space, fix it or die. Each level of exhaustion grants 1 to each d20 instead of -1. A good man. It drives you, it fuels you. The dream of becoming exactly what you were meant to be. Whenever you survive a death saving throw, you get back up with 1 d20 HP. Keep fighting. Love. There is a love for all in your chest. Feels like the end is near. There's a love for all in these nuts. That's a pretty good one, but I am a democratic herald. An Asgalist, of course, a string master, and the God Emperor Wizard. That is kind of what I am. Ruffled feathers? Am I reading the room? A beautiful lie? A luck of the fool? Hjartmit? Asgalist, Democratic Herald, Lady Fair. We still never did any of the political quests. We have 1 day left and we didn't do any of the political quests. Ain't that something? Hang on, let me trifle this gnome. Oh, Mr. Gnome. I'll be taking that strange mushroom juice, thank you, and I'll be eating it right now. Grants a minor wisdom increase for a week. Fermented mushrooms often coven produced. Must be decades old. The lumps seem to move around slightly. Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking ready to go. This is the boss battle, right? We're about to be over, but I want to see the other side of the pillar. The Pillar of Jor towers before you. Let's begin the process. If you do this, there's no going back. The gate might never allow you to return. Make sure you've finished all your other quests, but don't worry too much about loose ends, unless you're going to act all quest-obsessed. And check up on your consumables and so on. Don't want to run out into the beyond. Are you ready? This is the point of no return. You'll be giving a free long rest once you choose a method of entering the pillar. You'll need it for the journey to come. With those thoughts out of the way, you know exactly... How exactly do you wish to enter the pillar? If you call on Viskin, he won't cast the spell right away. He'll need time to prepare. Need some time to figure this one out, Schnell.
Huh?
Don't worry, I get it. Well, I don't. This is entirely your domain, Cleric. Good luck, I guess. Just be clear, I'm coming with. I knew you would. Bastard who blew up the tea shop went in there. I'm going after him. It's time to finish this. Alright, well... Okay, so that is the end of the game, then. So... Election Day's tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of want to vote. We also need to turn in this quest. Let's go talk to Lady Sageleaf and see if we can come up with anything. I am never gonna find this fucking magic hand spell. There were so many different places where I would have been like, oh, that would have been a great use of that. That would have been a great use to use that spell. Excuse me, Lady Sageleaf. Mind if I behold you? Yeah. Cleric! The lady leans back in her throne. You've returned. You resurrected me. That's a bit of a simplification, isn't it? I paid Viskin to resurrect you. What? Because you were foolish enough to get yourself killed right as you arrived on Tolstad, like an idiot. Oh. Yes, oh. She let out a roar. All the goblin workers in the garden stopped for a second to stare at you. Stare at her. I'm sure I should have told you the truth. Perhaps I should not have. Nonetheless, this is a case. You died in the river, you fell, and I did not want to wait for another damn cleric to waddle their way here in another week or so. So when your corpse was discovered, I decided to pay the cost of resurrection. You're welcome. Her words drip with poisonous venom. I'm happy to be alive, I guess. I'm happy you're alive too, Cleric, as long as it means you'll be performing your services here on Tolstad, so do that then, make me proud. She throws a glance to Chanel. He bows his head. About the tea shop. Well, her eyes focus in on you, and the room seems to shrink. Go on, Cleric. Snell takes a deep breath next to you. He's expecting the worst. There was a dead elf. She lifts her head and gives you a cold expression. Do you have an identity? The corpse was heavily damaged. Obviously. Anything new to report? Perhaps something actually useful? Convince her that you're an idiot. Present the full story to Lady Sageleaf. A brooch survived the flames? A brooch? Show me now. Okay. Lady inspects the leaf in her tiny hands. Tacky, typically elven. Magical. Her eyes lift, landing on you. That also ruined. Magic items are not supposed to break. If this brooch was indeed destroyed by the Inferno, then the origin of this fire must have been magical. Who walks around with a melted magical brooch? True, it's pretty strong evidence. She turns it over in her claw. The brooch itself is indicative of high-ranking elven power. The symbol is worn by members of the Mender Court. A royal? That makes sense. It's easy for your limited human sensibilities. The Mender? Kill him. The dragon growls at you. Her witlessness has spun this band into chaos more times than I can. She catches herself and mutters through a clenched maw. For Shadow is responsible for this. Can I have it back, please? The dragon tosses it to you with a frown. I do not wish her mark anywhere upon my lands. The T-machine thing was active at the time of the explosion? The T-machine. The T-machine. The T-machine, yes. It was active. It was in the process of brewing tea. We even found some tea inside. Interesting, considering the shop was closed at the time. That is quite the clue. Perhaps this elf was making tea. Perhaps the elf expected company. That would make sense. One more question. What kind of tea leaves were in the machine? Why is she interested? Snell gives you a glance. Show her the leaves. She takes one sniff at the dry leaves and frowns. Uckle. Cargameshian plant. She's hiding something, but what? Next, what's next? The metal door was melted off its hinges. Melt? It was bent. It was bent. Bent metal. I funded that shop. The door was Hardston. Was it not? Dwarven made? It simply does not melt. I double-checked. It was Hardston. Huh. Her face scrunches up. To melt Hardston. That would require an incredible feat. Yep, upwards of dragon fire. Disgusting. This is good information. Well done. I can't convince her I'm an idiot, but I can present the full story. Hold on, I can just play dumb? Yeah. Looking over the facts, you realize there's pretty much only two ways out of this. Either tell her what she wants to hear, or you can convince her that you're incompetent. You did not spend years in training to humiliate yourself. How could I possibly do that? Not sure. You'll have to take the risk to find out. It'll be a coin toss. If a coin toss actually had a lot more sides than two, that's called a die. Right, well, gambling's fun, so let's try it. That risk there here isn't that bad, actually. Worst thing that could happen is you make a fool out of yourself and fall into a panic. Not like it'll kill you. Beg to differ. What if I walk away? What do you mean? I could just ignore the quest and walk away. That way I won't piss anybody off. Yeah, that's possible. The lady will lose out on assistance from the lady if you do not complete her task. And she will surely be cross with you, and you will not gain the favor of Magistrate Darrow either. I really want to complete the goblin quest, though. Huh. It is important to note that you are able to find the one or ones responsible for the tea shop's demise without completing this particular quest. But it could be slightly more difficult. It's up to you. Okay. Huh? Yeah, you go over the details, the broad strokes, putting the events into a clear chronological order. Lady Sageleaf listens patiently as you explain it all. The tea shop owner was not there, but the elf was. The elf clearly had a reason to sit in the closed tea shop. As you speak, you realize yourself exactly what caused this explosion. You saw it in the tea shop, next to the corpse. 9 origin points. The only explanation. The elf was in possession of a fully stocked necklace of fireballs. The goblin chief's lips curl into a slight smile, which then turns into a grim frown. You got excited for a second. Go on. She finds your explanation intellectually stimulating. Time to lay out the entire plot from the beginning. One thing that didn't make sense to me from the start was, why a tea shop? Why indeed? He glances between his queen and yourself. Careful now. You know the truth. You understand it. No, I meant to blow up the tea shop. It was an accident. A deal gone wrong. It was to send a message. Oh, I don't remember what it was. Eh? A message to whom? Perhaps to no one, I say. I do not believe for a second this was a planned attack. There are too many important targets so close. Had it been a simple fireball spell, perhaps. Do you know how rare this artifact is, the necklace of fireballs? Exceedingly rare, my lady. Perhaps not a single bee? These float around the coast from time to time, still expensive, but remnants of the coast ore. Each bead, if detonated together, would result in the blast increasing its power. One level per bead, and it starts on a 3rd level, as any normal fireball spell would. 9 beads would then mean the blast was above 9th level. Her smile wanes. 11th level. She speaks the words like they're delicious. Oh boy. Simple math, the goblin says, looking concerned. Cool. She scoffs loudly with the air of annoyance. I'm just impressed the dwarven masonry still stands. I assumed each power would tear reality itself asunder, but no, it simply scorched a lot harder. I should also mention that there was a gold chain in the hands of the elf. A gold chain, as in... It must be the necklace then. It actually survived the blast. It turned to dust after it was removed from the corpse. The goblin chieftain clicks her tongue and leans back on her throne. Interesting. Once spent, the core chain must have retained some magic until trifled with, of course. The lady glances to Snell, then back to you. Well done. You've convinced me of this perspective, for now at least. The lady grows silent and begins twirling a ring on her finger. How is the cleric's health, Schnell? Health, my lady? Do you believe he could require some magical assistance? The goblin mutters and gives you a good look. Yeah? Oh! She takes off the ring and tosses it to you. Wield it well, human. It will keep you up and running. She leans on her claw and glances at you. This joint venture is not yet finished, Schnell. Cleric? Yes, my lady? You need to find the responsible party and bring them to justice. That is what you do, is it not? Oh yes, always. Good. The elf might be dead, but I'm certain whoever is responsible here is not. Speak with the relevant parties, find out everything about this elf. Locate the missing witnesses, this Frank, son of Frank, dressed in yellow, fake name or not, if he can be found, you must do it. And then there's the question of your poor fool drummer, of course. You have until the election, cleric. Be quick about it, time is running thin. I spoke with drummer. He's hiding in the warehouse in Waterlane View. Did you now? And what did the birds say? We discovered an illegal smuggling operation, my lady. Well, what? The bird couldn't have run it himself, could he? There was an undisclosed hidden safe space contained within the tea shop. Drummer used it as storage space for free striders. I took his papers. Drummer cannot leave the city, at least in any official capacity. Good! He might still slip through the slough, but this way he'll at least be easier to catch. She leans back into the throne. We will make sure to attempt to catch him, Schnell. I've already sent word. We'll do our best. Of course you will. At the very least, a bird was found, and this adds to the full picture. The Goblin Queen groans loudly. Gods, do I hate free striderism. Who doesn't hate the free striders? A fair statement. Whoa, whoops, I forgot you could change font in this game. There we go. I've had a chat with a very mysterious elf. She lifts her head and glares at you. The Wardens. Yeah, that one, how'd you know? I've already heard from Viskin that they took the corpse. I did not expect them to move so quickly. He told me that Pinja, the dead elf, was trying to do something horrible. What exactly? She was planning an esoteric attack on election day to blow up the Temple of Earth. Fling her head back. Do not trust a word that bastard is spewing. He's either trying to save himself or protect someone else, putting her in some kind of scapegoat. The Ilum are dangerous. While I do not know their exact involvement with this incident, they're all dirty, I swear. If Warden Colvero pulls up to personally explain how he's innocent, then he's got his filthy hands all over this. Fair assessment. There's no doubt in my mind. Find out who Colvero is working with. Considering the Ilum, they were probably trying to interfere with the election themselves. Now, who would work with elves? A good question. Look into it. Yes, Lady Sagelift, we will. You're never gonna guess who Frank, son of Frank, turned out to be. He was Meridoc Moonwatch. Schnell shakes his head. Out of all people. Huh. What a bastard. To be a key witness and then just leave. Typical Silver Spoon Free Strider. Do you have anything good to say? He saw a smoking, invisible guy right after the explosion down at the crossing. He did? Then that's it. That's our suspect. He said the smoking guy walked into the Pillar of Jor. What? That damn Free Strider, he's probably high. High on his own damn fumes or something. It might very well be true. I believe the culprit escaped through a crack in the gate. She squints and sits silent for a few seconds. Huh. A gate of Jor. This is an insane claim, cleric. She gives a hard stare at Schnell. If this is true, then it must be investigated. Speak with Viskin. If you have not, and be vigilant, this is highly esoterical. Good thing we got the cleric on our side. Just nod. The lady takes a deep breath. I will think about this, and good luck. And that's all for now. Fine, keep at it. I'm here to report some things. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Just kidding, I'm a liar. You gave me a ring of regen. 1 constitution and slowly regen HP. Gives 1d4 HP per hour. Sweet. Alright, we did the big dog. We got the big dog done. Look at us. Oh. I did not think we were going to get this tea shop quest done by tomorrow. What is loneliness? What is it? That feeling in your chest. The knowledge lacking. Of being without. This thing hanging veil like as a connective tissue between others. Or is it something, or is it simply void? I don't know. That is true. So, you came here to solve a mystery. Yet what you find in everything working against you. Yeah, it's been pretty annoying. It has been difficult, yeah. Political forces working against each other. Not in direct competition, but indirectly. as the election looms over all folks. A coin lord who wishes nothing to be brought to light under his reign, a chieftain who wishes to hold her domain tightly, caught between a poor woman and a tea shop. It's a right mess. That's very true. For you, despite these tribulations, it has proven a revitalization, a return to form. The last year has been terrible. I don't disagree. But now, you're on your way to handle it. All thanks to a bit of luck. Yeah, a bit. But it was your new companion who's been the turning point. Schnell. His presence is a good in your life. He's potentially a friend. Friend. Friendship is not a necessity, nor is beauty, nor is love. They do not help you survive this world. Rather, each of these things gives value to your survival. So the empty hole in your chest does not open as wide at the end of your next quest, when the silence of your tower office or room at Mom's apartment does not engulf you quite so suddenly and hastily. But then you can ask yourself another question. What is tea, really? A warm liquid filtering through leaves of various distinguished plants, only to be served to free-spirited, youthful folk of common cloth, the drink of the post-war era. And then the drink explodes. It does not, however. You see the center of Norvik in the middle of the chilled River Tornus. It's a fortress, one filled with folk, each of them flowing through the alleyways and tunnels and streets, at the center of which you find a tea shop. Stepping through its doors, you're immediately hit by a wave of exotic aromas. These are folk of all kind, debating, playing music, exchanging ideas within these walls, stacks of newspapers thrown out about tables. Behind the counter you see a dark feathered creature serving freshly brewed cups. This is a tea shop. There are many like it in Norvik. There's nothing special about this one, apart from the fact that this one blew up. I used to love tea shops. It was the best years of your life. It was the closest you ever came to having real friends. Most of it spent drinking halfling tea in Vardby. With people. Ah, shut up. They used you. Aren't you the one always going on about exploited labor? Well, that's you. A lonely kid tricked into pushing dwarven propaganda, that's all. It's not so simple. They were also kids. Mirren, she was trying to... You don't need them. Nothing to cry over, nothing lost. Everything gained, however. If you hadn't gotten arrested, you never would have joined the Earth Guard. It was destiny. A group of Ascalists turning on each other, running to the hills. To survive that, it builds character. Keep this goblin at arm's length. You don't know where he's been or what his intentions are. You'll make it as a lone cleric against the world as always. Nope, don't push him away. You gotta reel him in, just like everyone else. Your main problem from the beginning has always been one thing: honesty. You keep showing your true colors. Nobody likes that. Keep it friendly, keep it light. Everyone should enjoy your company. They can enjoy your company without being a winning game. But if they enjoy your company, you win. Everyone wins, including you. Ignore this idiocy. Focus on your spells, learning, retaining knowledge, and applying it during the downtime. Become an even greater master of memorizations. Tell me about the lone cleric. You're a man. You don't need friends. Taking a short rest means kneeling down in the dirt, a fist placed upon your chest, your brow dripping, pearls of sweat falling down upon your bulging pecs, in the dark, alone, by yourself, flying solo. You don't need friends. You're a man. At the start of your short rest, heal an additional amount equal to the level of exhaustion you have. Tell me about Master Memorizer. Normally, your absolute genius allows you to recover a spell slot during whatever breathers you take. Focus on this, the rest is useless. During your short rest, you restore 2 random spell slots instead of 1. Schnell is a good person. You enjoy his company, just his presence during a breather is enough to make you feel good at heart. The feeling's somewhat mutual. Who cares what he thinks? You seriously need to learn to make friends for real. That includes manipulating them into actually sticking around. During short rests, always roll hit die with advantage. Schnell also gains an extra proficiency as initiative rolls. So is this a wise or a charismatic thing to choose? It's a mix. Like with alignment. It's all about intention. Do you view it as a socialization? You view socialization as a zero-sum game? I don't know. Then it doesn't matter. A relationship is what you make of it. If you assume it to be a cold calculation, then that's what you get. Sweet, good deal. Go with your heart. It lives in your sleeves. I'm a friendly company kind of guy. You'll be a great friend. A true friend. And so you shall remain. Friendly company. Wouldn't that be better than, that might be better than, Ascalist or whatever. Not Ascalist, but the other thing. The other thing. Whoa! That's it, that's the stream. We told her about the details. We're gonna be ending that game soon enough, it seems. We're at the end. Do I get to vote in the election before I go into the pillar, or do I go into the pillar and then get to vote? I don't know. Which one is it? I want to vote, but I don't want to... Am I allowed to go into the pillar? Am I allowed to do everything for, like, the election before I have to investigate? Because I hadn't even thought about that. I'm gonna be honest. Regardless, that was the stream tonight. Sorry we didn't get to play Divinity 2. I was just really in the mood for Esoteric Ebb tonight. I will see everybody tomorrow morning for Suzerain. No, yeah, for Suzerain. And oh my god, do I have a busy day tomorrow. I hope everybody has a good rest of your night. I will see you later. Bye! How do I do this? This button. Later, guys.